and welcome to Knife Hands here on Vets Talking. It is just me. It is I. Only me for now. We have some other people who are just going to be running a little bit late, but really for this kind of content, it helps to have other people here because we always love to have other amazing veterans on here lose their absolute shit and get good and pissed off at the kind of crap like what we're going to talk about tonight. So I want to wish everybody not so happy Wednesday because holy crap, is there some weird stuff going on. Tell me out there, what do you guys think about the fact that Trump has now been indicted for a third time? And conveniently, immediately after, one more thing happened with the Bidens, which we're going to get into here in a minute. We've got a little video of Trump's attorney laying out the timeline that every single time, interestingly enough, every single time that there has been new damning information coming out about the Bidens, Hunter Biden, his connections to Ukraine, everything else, immediately following that happens something with Trump. And then all the news media talks about only that. So we're going to get into that here in a minute. I'm going to wait and see if we can have some. Oh, there we go. Somebody's popping in here. What's up? Not a Russian bot. Good evening from Alabama. Welcome. Not a Russian bot. I'm very glad that you put that in your title so we can know for sure. Welcome to Vets Talking with Knife Hands. This tends to be our political show. This is where we get good and pissed off. We bring up some of the worst topics of what's going on in our country and around the world that really just managed to piss off us veterans. This is our only veteran panel. Only veterans will be on this one. Our Saturday show has a couple of our non-veteran friends that pop on there, but this is our one where we just really lose our shit. I was gonna play an angry thing. I don't have an angry one on here, but I mean, hopefully this is not our world right now.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
No, it's not game over. It's a lot of weird shit going on. And I love the fact that even Trump popped in with a comment today and said he just needs one more indictment to absolutely guarantee his election victory come November of next year. And obviously that's a hint there's something going on in Georgia. He may get another indictment there. And then that'll be indictment number 4 every single time he gets indicted. His popularity just skyrockets through the fucking roof. So welcome, Bush. Bush McFadden. You're Bubba M. Ford, 504 in the house. What's a 504? What's a 504? Is that a MOS code for a different branch? I was Army. I'm not familiar with 504. Let me know. We going early tonight. Oh my God, it's 8 o'clock. I completely screwed up. I didn't even realize what time it is. Holy shit. Shellback, thank you for letting me know, man. Holy crap. I completely screwed up. It is 8 o'clock. I didn't even realize that. I saw one of my other things on here because we're streaming on multiple different platforms. I saw one of the other ones say that the show is starting in an hour. I'm like, oh, well, shoot, I must have screwed up and put the wrong time on that one. But I'm sure everything else is still right? No, I'm an hour damn early. Well, shit. Okay, well, I guess that means that Rasser's definitely not gonna be around for a while because he always has to put his kids to bed, and he'll pop on when he's done that. Rasser's gonna pop on, and he's gonna bring a really good perspective of what's going on with the Trump indictment, because I tried to find a good article that would just lay it out in plain English what the 4 charges are. I couldn't find any article like that, unfortunately. All the articles they just had the full indictment written out on the page, and it is like it's 4 charges, but they have all this other legal jargon in there, and I have no clue how to interpret that. So Rastercaster is going to go through that. He's familiar with how that kind of stuff works, and he's going to break it down for us. Obviously, a little bit later on, because I can't believe I managed to pop in here a whole hour early. That is my bad. But I've got the show started, so I'm not going to stop it now because you know what that means. I would have to reset everything again, and a little inside information information. It takes a lot of time to set these streams up, and I'm not going to do that. So yeah, Shellback, I did start early. If you want to go ahead and pop in here, you are welcome. Welcome, bud. 504 is New Orleans. All right. Welcome from New Orleans, buddy. Thanks for being here, man. I want to welcome all the new Hangover Gang fans out here. Yeah, New Orleans, yeah, Louisiana. Awesome. Saw both of you here from New Orleans. That's cool, man. That's awesome. We do have so many new Hangover Gang friends here. Tom McDonald fans, because the last video that I put out with me and Poke Metallicus going over American flags is now up to 60,000 views in just 5 days. And you pushed me over. I think we're at 7,300 subscribers now, where the day that I released that video, we were just under 5,000. So I thought it was a monumental event that night when all of a sudden we went live on Skinamax Saturday to say, hey, we just reached our goal of getting to 5,000. And then 5 days later, we're at 7,300 subscribers. So thank you, Hangover Gang. You guys are absolutely amazing. Welcome, Tracy K. Welcome in here. Yep. Fucked up. Definitely fucked up. I screwed up with the time in here. But again, I'm not going to cancel this. Hopefully some of these other folks are going to pop in here and we can get this conversation going. I am going to pull up a couple articles here in a minute. Disney Sheep Herder. Howdy, and hail to all. Here to lick the like and show support for your channel. Have a great stream. Thank you very much, Disney Sheep Herder. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Hangover Gang family is in the house. I love you guys. I love Hangover Gang. I'm a legit fan. For those, I mean, I think it probably is apparent in the review videos that we do. I am a legit fan. I love Tom McDonald. I discovered him in 2020, and I guess it was like very early 2020, if I remember right, before COVID even hit. That fake woke came out, and it got all over the conservative news. It popped up all over on the internet. And I listened to that song, and the very first time I listened to it, I became an immediate fan. And then I found more of his music, and holy shit, man. I mean, just what a trailblazer he is. Absolutely, absolutely amazing what he's been able to do. His music getting put out the way it is, and the fandom is just more amazing than anything, man. All of you guys out there, the support that I never thought that I would. Mind you, I've never actually been that much into YouTube. What's really funny is that I'm on here talking on YouTube, but I've never been that much of a content absorber of YouTube content. I know a lot of people who really follow a lot of smaller channels. I followed Nerdrotic and Geeks and Gamers, and that's about it. There's a couple of entertainment ones, but like the idea of watching somebody react to, say, a music video was something I never thought I would do. And then I started finding reaction videos that even I started to enjoy. And I never thought for a million years that I would become one of those channels that people would want to come to react to Tom McDonald's song. So thank you guys so much. You are absolutely amazing. Hangover Gang brought me in, just happened to be a weird vet also. Glad I stumbled over. G, thank you, man. Thank you, Bubba MF Ford. I'm assuming this means motherfucker. So yeah, man, thank you guys so much. Let's go ahead. I'm going to bring up which topic we're going to talk about this January 6th officer. I was going to do this one first, but I want to have the other veterans on here to talk about this, because this guy, officer, I forget his name. He's on here though. This guy's an absolute piece of shit, and he's an Army vet too. He's in at least a staff sergeant. I picture him as a staff sergeant rank in one of these things. The guy went on and testified in Congress that he got beat up, he got stabbed, all this kind of stuff. And then video came out where he is absolutely fucking fine. The guy is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with this dude whatsoever. So we're going to show that video on Duff. I saw this, man. If you guys haven't seen that one, I got a video on there the day that popped off, and I lost my shit when I was recording that video. So we're going to bring that up here in a little bit later on as well. But first, I think what we're going to do here is I'm going to break down what happened with the Devin Archer testimony, because here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing is that, like I said, I'm gonna play a video of Trump's attorney where she breaks down the timeline where every single time one of these revelations come out about Hunter Biden, Burisma, and Ukraine and all that comes out immediately. I mean, the day after there's then a Trump indictment or the Mar-a-Lago raid or anything else. And it has happened over and over and over again. And this one is just the most recent example because this dropped the other day. And then the very next day, it was the very next fucking day, Trump got indicted. And now all anyone is talking about is Trump. Well, guess what? This got released today. This is the full transcript of Devin Archer, the former associate of the Bidens. His full transcript, sworn testimony before the House Judiciary Committee on Monday, July 31st, has been released. During the question period, Representative Goldman asked Archer, so based on everything you saw, heard, and observed, did you have any knowledge of Joe Biden have any involvement with Burisma? Archer said that while he did not have direct knowledge, it was his view that Burisma would not last were it not for Joe Biden's involvement. Quote, my only thought is that I think Burisma would have gone out of business if it didn't have the brand attached to it. That's my honest opinion. End quote. Archer said that he went on to say that the company was able to survive for as long as it did because Hunter was on the board. This company, the guy who ran it, was corrupt as shit, just like Ukraine in general, is corrupt as shit. And Burisma was under investigation. And what happened? They brought on Hunter Biden simply because he was connected, because his father was the vice president. And that's exactly what happened. When Joe Biden is on the video saying, we told the president, it wasn't Zelensky at the time, it was Poroshenko before that, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be on the plane if you don't fire this prosecutor who's investigating Burisma, then you're not getting the $1 billion. Well, son of a bitch, he got fired. That's exactly what fucking happened here. That's exactly what fucking happened. Hey, Shellback, can you tell Raster that, yeah, I fucked up and started the stream early? If you could, please. So now the testimony is out. All this evidence is coming out. Let's see. I'm going to read some more of this. So this is, quote, just because of the brand being the Joe Biden family, the corrupt criminal empire that is Joe Biden's family. Just because of the brand, Archer said, the brand refers to the Biden name. Speaking with the post-millennial, Congresswoman MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, said that the brand was not only Biden, but the vice presidency of Biden's tenure. How does that have an impact, Goldman asked. Well, the capabilities to navigate DC, Archer said, they were able to, basically be in the news cycle, and I think that preserved them from a longevity standpoint. That's my honest. That's how I think holistically. God dang, they actually put in every single word in here. Welcome over here, Lenny Weir. New on the feed, U.S. vet, and I want to check out what you send out. I'm a country music listener. Got the American flags from a feed. I love the patriotism on this video. Thank you very much. Yeah, we are. Yeah, if you want to check out what we're doing, like this show that we're doing here. This is our political show. We usually have a panel, but I screwed up and I got in here early, so we're gonna have other people here popping in when everyone realizes what I did, and then they're gonna give me absolute shit. But yeah, our other content is this one, our political show, and then Saturdays, Skin Max Saturdays, where everybody gets me drunk by doing $20 super chats, and I take shots, which we do here too. It's not really a big part of the show, but anytime that we have super chats, I will take a drink. Well, actually, I don't have any beer or anything here, but $20 or more, and we do shots. Again, I'm aware this is a political show, so it's not really a big part of it, but it's always appreciated and definitely helps out the channel no matter what. Welcome, Lanny. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. They can get over it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for your service, bros. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, right now we are just talking about the Devin Archer transcript was released. So here's the reason why this just got released, because he did his testimony, but it's behind closed doors. I don't know if this testimony was leaked, if this transcript was leaked and not supposed to be out there, but it got out and it's damning. I remember the day when he did the testimony. What's interesting is just like every time else with the Democrats and the Republicans, these Democrats, they always run cover. One of them came out and said, "Oh, there's no evidence at all. There's no evidence at all that there's any connection that Joe Biden had any knowledge whatsoever of Hunter Biden's involvement." And then the Republicans are coming out saying this is damning. He knows everything he said is very evident. And this is what he's saying right here. This is evident. This is saying specifically that Joe Biden absolutely did know about Hunter Biden's involvement. Now, was Joe Biden directly involved? No. That's why you do this. That's why you do this second level. You use the middleman so that you can have you can say, I didn't know anything about it. I was not involved. Well, no, Joe Biden wasn't involved. Joe Biden wasn't working with Burisma. His son was. And Joe Biden simply pulled the strings for his son and then went in and corruptly bribed or blackmailed Poroshenko, the Ukrainian president at the time, into firing that prosecutor. And it's all in here. Real quick, JB popping the 5.56, ready to get mad. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Like I said, I don't have any beer right now, but I will definitely take a swig of water. To you, buddy. Thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate that very much. Matt Cheesemo, what the fuck is going on, man? What time zone do you live in? Because this ain't the start time I was told. I know, dude. I've been saying it already. I fucked up. I started the show an hour early. I completely fucked that up. I don't even know how the hell I did it, but I thought it was 9 o'clock. So yeah, dude, if you want to hop in, you can hop in. If you want to wait, you can wait. It's not a problem with me. I'm just going to keep on sitting here, just rambling on. I can talk about this kind of shit all day just by myself, though. I mean, I've done a lot of research on this Ukraine thing. I listen to Dan Bongino all the damn time, and Bongino has done so much research into this stuff. So he is incredibly knowledgeable about this. We're also on Odyssey and Kick as well. Man, Kick is so damn weird. I cannot get the chat to pull up or even my live stream on here on Kick. So if anybody out there is listening, we're also on Rumble too. So I'm paying attention to the Rumble chat. Let me check that real quick. I don't see any chat over there, but if anyone wants to pop in, I will give you a shout out for sure. At this time, it's still weird that StreamYard does not work compatibly with these other platforms, so I can't pull it up on the screen. I can only do that for my Facebook and my YouTube users right now. But I'm always going to give a shout out to anyone if they want to pop in and say hello. Let me get in here real quick and pull this. Yep. Okay, here we go. Now I've got Odyssey pulled up. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, here's a dude to give me a hard time for boomer and shit. What's up, Matt?
No. It's fine, man. It happens. I don't know how it happened either. You think maybe you hit go live? Sometimes I know that can make you go live.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what happened. It just
so you do know how it happened. Because right before I started coming over here, you're like, I don't know how it happened, chat. Just, because one of those things that happens randomly.
I don't know how it happened that I lost track of an entire hour. That's what I don't know. I was sitting here compiling everything and like trying, when you got a complicated thing, like, so we've got like at least 3 different topics I want to talk about, and I have like multiple different articles. So I'm arranging everything. I'm like, and I start freaking out, like, shit, I know the show's gonna start soon. I really got to hurry this up. And then I'm like, okay, fuck it, I've got like 5 minutes left, and no one's even in here. Fucking gonna start it. Didn't even realize it's
Oh,
8
man.
o'clock, not 9 o'clock.
You know what's crazy is our phones can do all these fantastic things as far as technology is, but like they need a way to where you could, I don't know, put in a time, right, that you would want your phone to alert you that something important is about to happen. You put it in, and then when that time comes, it will alert you like, oh, this is the time I'm supposed to do that thing, and not an hour earlier.
Hey, Elon Musk is gonna make Twitter into an all on everything app. Maybe he can include that, and it'll save my life.
It would help.
This little timer type thing that might put an alert.
Oh, dude, bro, I was streaming with somebody. I'm not gonna mention any names, but she needed to write something down. She's like, I have to go get a pen and paper. I was like, what? You're at a computer. What do you need to go write down? Do you not have notes?
I need to go get a pen and paper. Is this person like 70 years old? Because I know my grandmother would do that.
No, the same age.
Oh, jeez, that's so not.
But it's a woman,
wrong.
though. That probably.
Woman. Yeah. Yes, and all you new people here were very sexist as well. So if you can't handle that, I don't know what to tell you.
Found you through Tom McDonald's. Oh, Jesus.
It's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. We even have the green-haired anti-liberal on here who hates women more than anyone else.
When you dropped in the chat that he responded, it's the first time I've ever seen someone's glee in text.
I was extremely excited. For all you to know, if you looked at the comment section, yes, Tom McDonald did drop a very nice comment and thanked us for our service. And I took a screenshot of that and I shared it everywhere.
To be honest, not to be honest, I am going to be honest. I don't know why I started like that. Anyways, in the DM group, I was asking everybody over under when you asked for him to come on. I put like a 15 minutes. Everybody was, like an hour or whatever. How long did it take?
So I said, so my first response, immediately was just, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And then it was like 15 minutes later, fuck, I should have invited him to come on the show.
I just pictured you on not anymore because you don't even know how to work alarms on your phone, but on the notes on your phone, pre-draft, doing drafts of how, hey, Mr. McDonald. No, not that one. Hey, Tom. No, I don't know him well enough to call him Tom. Shit. Just going over and over, getting stuck on how to start.
Nothing like that. Although, yes, I did go, no, I don't want to say that. No, delete that. I might have done that like once or twice. No more than that.
Well, so I did an interview. I was the interviewee, not the interviewer, with Carrie Smith. Ever heard of her?
Carrie Smith? Yeah.
Anyway, we it premieres tomorrow at 2 p.m. on her channel, Central. Anyway, at the end we started talking about DMs, whatever, and at one point she was like, yeah, I was like, man, and then they see the 3 dots as you're typing and you start getting nervous, like, oh no, they can see I'm typing, now they're gonna think it's taking too long. I'm like, but to prevent that, you pre-write it in notes so you don't have all that anxiety when you're trying to figure out how to respond to someone.
Yeah,
and they can see how long it's taking you, and then all you put is sup.
Yeah.
But they've seen you for 15 minutes just with the little 3 dots.
Yep. I have been guilty of doing that, like trying to ask a girl out or something like that. Like, no, I've got to get this just right. Like, oh shit, I've been typing for too fucking long. I have learned my lesson. You do that in a notepad first, and then you copy and paste that over. Absolutely.
Yeah. Then you read too much into what they said. I'm like, wait, did they read as much into what I just said?
Yeah. Hold on. What did we get? Oh no, yeah. I'm so confused. I have this bot that runs it'll pop up for all subscribers, and it's YouTube subscribers, but I keep on seeing it'll pop up and I'm thinking, oh, is that a new member? Oh no, it's not a new member. It's a subscriber, which is still greatly appreciated, of course. Like this person here, I know Lenny's a new subscriber, but it says no disrespect. Want to check out your feed? What you have going on? I have to get up at 0400. I'll take an OT. I can. Like what I see so far. Welcome. Thank you very much, Lenny.
You should have pre-wrote that in notes, because I have no idea why you started it with no disrespect.
Yeah. You could have reworded that, you know.
Lessons learned,
No
guys.
disrespect, no disrespect at all, man. I'm happy to have you here. Definitely, you know. Also, for everyone, all of these live streams, I have to unlist them. It's a stupid game you have to play with YouTube to get the algorithm going. All of these live streams you'll find in the playlist, though, so they won't pop up in the homepage. But you go into the playlist, look for Knife Hands and Skinamax Saturday, and you'll find the shows on there. So if you want to rewatch,
I have an entirely different philosophy when it comes to YouTube. See, Chad, I don't do things for the algorithm. I don't even tag most of my videos whatsoever. I only make content that I think you will enjoy by making stuff that I enjoy. And sure, if you like it, that's fine. You know, you got to search my shit out sometimes because you're not going to see it in algorithms. But that's because I love what I do, and I don't do it for the algorithm.
You can make your content be for the audience and also something you like, but then also play the algorithm by how you post it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, sure. If you want to bend the knee to the man.
Hey, man, I'm pretty damn sure because I got the algorithm a little figured out might be the reason why that last video is at 60,000 views in 5 days.
I bet you don't even let anybody say fuck in the first 8 minutes of a stream.
No, I do. That's why I was initially limited. I guarantee. I guarantee it was initially limited. I had like the first 50,000 views on that. I made like $4 on it, but I had to get a review and that got taken off. But no, I don't play that shit, man. I don't. The only thing I do pay attention, like I do pay attention, like you know, they say don't cuss in the first 8 seconds and don't put cuss words in the title or shit like that. But other than that, I just go off. I go off hard on the woke shit, on the fucking libtards, and I'll fucking cuss like a sailor.
I rebel. Have a good night, Lenny. He meant all respect.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Lenny. Thank you for being here, man. 10 o'clock Eastern here on Thursday and Saturday. Check out Saturday especially, man. It's a great time.
But by the way, I'm just giving you a hard time. I don't do any of that shit because I don't want to have to pay taxes.
I know.
I don't want the government in my money.
Yeah, I also just I set this up as an LLC now.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, I mean, Culture Casinos helped me out a lot. He's been awesome, and so I've got the setup as an LLC. I've got the bank account set up, so now it's going to really help out in tax season coming up. And God,
I mean, have you thought about just not paying them?
Yeah, that's go over real well.
I mean, citizen of the world. I mean, Wesley Snipes. Yeah, he got in trouble. He was black, but you should be fine.
Is that really? That's how it works? Because I'm not black.
Well, that and the amount of money that he owed in taxes. There may be a difference between the two of you on that as well.
Maybe a little bit. How much have you been paying attention to with all this fucking Devin Archer, Biden, and all this shit going on?
I mean, how the fuck could I not? It's everywhere, It's on every stream. Well, I don't watch streams that I'm not on, but I watched a few people like Ben and Matt, so they're talking about it a lot. But
and I was going over the transcript of what Devin Archer did. It just came out today, real quick. Craig Tier, thank you for being here, man. Channel's grown 2,000 subs since American Flags. Love and respect, brother Hog HOG fan for the left.
What do you mean American flags? Like having an American flag behind you?
That's the name of the song. No, the name of the song is American Flags. It's a great song. It's so fucking good, dude. And it's everyone's calling it America's new anthem, and it's definitely the most popular Tom McDonald song out there yet. And holy shit, is it that my video might go into the hundreds of thousands of views. It's possible.
Man, I honestly thought that we already agreed if we're gonna have a new national anthem, it would be Proud to be an American.
Let's go with Tom McDonald now.
All right, fine. Let me give you that. How about this one?
Proud to be American is about as old as the original national anthem.
Yeah, sure. Actually, yeah. But only one of those was written by a French guy. Wait, was he French? No, he was British. Doesn't matter. Wasn't American.
Have you ever seen that? That video that I can't remember when it was. I think it's in it. Yeah, it's from the 50s, so I'm sure it was you old fuck.
Well, then I don't watch it.
There's a video where I think I can't remember what the entire, but there was an actual court case where they were trying to prove that the music, obviously the Star Spangled Banner was a poem first, but the music that they put it to was actually originally a British,
yes, it
like
is.
bar drinking song.
Well, no, it's isn't it? I think it's some variation of their national anthem.
Not just that, no, like
It's
they're
at a different tempo.
Not so much. I mean, I know there's similarities, but it's not so much. No, there was like they had like three dudes that would sing their version of the song, and it's the exact same tune, but it's a different song. It's not a national anthem. It's a bar song.
Oh,
it's
is it a
just
bar
something
song?
that a bunch of fucking dudes be drunk singing along at the bar.
I actually thought it was their national anthem.
No.
Because as we took this land from them, we also took their national anthem. Said, "Yeah, fuck you. We're gonna America this one up."
That would be a Chad move for sure.
It would be, I mean, shit, Jesus did it. He said, here's where I will build my, my church. And it was on, whatever the thing with Pan, it's the whole thing. Anyways, go on.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What, in the Bible, Jesus brings his disciples to, I forgot what the place is called, but it's where they would worship, the Pan goat shit or whatever. And he's like, upon this, whatever, we will build our church. Basically, we're taking this shit over. Fuck them.
I'm a bad Christian. I don't know this shit.
It's a whole thing.
I consider myself. I do consider myself Christian, but I never went to church as a kid. I just I want to be a good person, but I never actually read the Bible all the way through either. So
yeah, that's most Christians, except if their grandmother's really religious. I had one of those. Each new phase of life, I would get a new Bible. I had the Save It Till You Get Married Bible. Something about virginity. Young adult Bible. You're almost 18. Don't forget. Don't have sex Bible.
I didn't have any of that.
No, you never get.
No, I didn't.
When I joined the army, you're in the army, but remember, you still can't fuck till you get married. Bible.
No. Yeah, that didn't work out.
There was a theme.
That does not work out in the army at all. Boa says I had to fuck with my phone to get a new app so I could buy it for my ringtone. Tom's song, I guess.
Who has their ringer on their phone? I find anyone who doesn't have it on silent or vibrate, I find them sus. Also, if you call me, I'm not picking up. Anybody that wants to call somebody, no.
I mean, I do. I mean, honestly, I haven't used like a fucking like a different type of ringtone in a long damn time. I do remember back in the day when that was like a thing, like whatever it was, like those Razor phones would do it or something like that. And like, yeah, sure, it's cool. Like, oh my god, I can play like my favorite song, and like after like, I'm now sick of my favorite song. Every time I hear my song, I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to hear this.
I think at one point I had Playboys of the Southwestern World.
So what?
It's a country song by some country guy.
I've never heard of that.
Playboys of the Southwestern World. Yeah, it's by that guy. Yeah,
by that guy. You know that guy.
One of the ones, not Tim McGraw, maybe another one. Who knows? But
one of those couple of other country music stuff. Yeah, not that many of them out there.
Post Garth and Clint, pre whatever the fuck is happening in country now.
I don't know what the fuck's happening in your brain right now. But yeah, modern country is not country, song. Except for Jason Aldean. Yeah. Couldn't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't know. I used to say, Garth Brooks, Charlie Robertson.
Oh my god, I used to love Garth.
Right? Oh, dude, In Pieces, one of the best albums ever.
Yeah, I love Garth. Dude, Garth Brooks is the reason, is what got me. Garth Brooks and a woman is what got me into country music, because I hated country as a kid until a chick got me to go line dancing, and we went out and danced to a fucking Garth Brooks song, and all of a sudden, oh, I like country music. Damn.
So no bullshit. When I was in the army, we were having an inspection, first sergeant inspection on new gear or whatever when we switched over to ACUs, but our barracks and our, the office, like first sergeant, everybody is in the barracks, right? So when it was end of day, they were all still there when I got changed, and they saw me drive off with these two chicks, right? I was so drunk when I got back. I didn't fail the inspection, but since they knew that I was out drinking all night rather than getting ready for the inspection, I still somehow got in trouble. And my platoon sergeant, he gave me this whole thing about, every decision a man makes, you can trace it back to a woman, whether that be a wife, a girlfriend, a mother, or sister. It's always because of a woman. Adam and Eve. I was like, shit, I've never thought about it like that, Sarn. Doesn't necessarily
Really is
apply to
all the woman's
me.
fault.
Yeah, no, I didn't join for a woman. I joined for a free T-shirt that I didn't get, but it's a whole different thing.
Heard that story before.
Yeah. Do you remember his
Groovy's-
video? Do you remember Garth Brooks' video for standing outside the fire?
I know
With-
the song. I don't.
Yeah,
I
with
don't
the
think I
kid
saw
with the
the
Down
video.
syndrome. He's in a race, track and field or whatever, and he falls and his face is all bloody, but he stands outside the fire, so he got back up and kept running.
Ah.
You don't remember this video? Man,
I don't think I saw that,
Too
no.
much.
No, I would, dude. Like I said, when these videos are coming out, I mean, a lot of it was in the late '90s and early 2000s,
Yes,
and
hey,
in
Boosh.
the late '90s, I still hated country music.
Mhm.
In the early 2000s, I was in fucking Italy. All we had was Italian fucking channels and AFN. I mean, I wasn't getting music videos out there.
AFN. Did you ever hear when they did American Idiot by Green Day in Iraq? It would be, I'm an idiot. They would censor American Idiot.
Why even play it,
Exactly.
dude? Hold on one second. Just remember. Hold on.
Okay, well, I'll take care of chat. Groovy Lava Squirrel Medic says, ahoy, everyone. 20 years retired. Army medic here, just retired in the last year. Glad to find more vets here.
Dude, congratulations on the retirement, man. We've talked so many damn times about how absolutely fucked up our military is right now. I can't imagine any true patriots and how they can put up with this crap. I just don't. I know that when the jab became a thing, I would have been in 21 years at that point. And it was always my intention to stay in as long as I could. I made it 9 years, and I had to get out. But I would have been at 21. You better believe I would have fucking bailed out as soon as that happened. So much respect to anyone else who's able to keep putting up with the shit, man.
I'm curious because it always felt as though when you're in combat arms, you're kind of isolated from the rest of it. We had no women in ours whatsoever. So it felt very isolated from all of what's happening in the other parts of the army,
Yeah.
So I don't know how, because it feels as though it is kind of the same as if you're at college. You know what I mean? It's going to be white liberal women doing this. So I feel like that's more finance and support roles that you're going to have a lot of that agenda being enforced there to such a degree, but not so much in combat. But I don't know. I'm just curious if that's.
I know what you mean. Like when I was in infantry long range surveillance with the 173rd for my first 3-4ish years, and I know exactly what you mean because you are very isolated from all that. We'll call it the pogue shit. But yeah, I went into PSYOP after that, and even though it was my intention, I always wanted to be in the tactical PSYOP. And PSYOP is really fucking weird, man. Like active duty PSYOP is only at Fort Bragg, so everyone is active duty unless you have like a liaison role. Like you'll have guys who will go on to staff details. There's always one representative in every fucking unit. And so everyone in active duty is in this one fucking group, 4th PSYOP group. Now it's also 8th, but it's in the tactical element, like we have a ranger detachment. Even like these guys are direct support for ranger detachment. Every team is specifically attached to one of the battalions, and anyone who is really hardcore on the tactical side will have that same combat role. Everyone can go ahead and laugh. You're PSYOP. You play the speakers and all that. But when you're on tactical PSYOP, like
Can I
you
guess
are
what y'all
on the
do?
ground with these guys.
Can I guess what you do as tactical PSYOP? Is that when you catfish somebody, but then you jump out the closet like, ha, tactical PSYOP.
Yes, exactly. How'd you know? God, that was day one of training. You got it.
When you do PSYOP in the tactical PSYOP, you get better gear. Like you have all the fucking
We did.
super hua attachments on your M4.
Special operations, motherfucker. Yeah, we got all that shit. The really high speed fucking helmets. The fucking that range detachment. I mean, you look at any of them and you wouldn't tell they're PSYOP. They look like a fucking 75th Ranger operator.
Do you whisper to them? You've been PSYOPed.
Yeah,
you sneak up on them. PSYOP-sized.
Yeah. But yeah, the other side though, there are true fucking pogues in there though. Like they're not all bad. The PSYOP, there are good people there, but there are some who, so I was in there from 05 was when I got assigned there till 09 when I got out. And I saw every single element of that. And yeah, I could. So when I was in, my point is that I wasn't too in tune with the political things. I wasn't very political or anything until after I got out. But now looking back, I'm like, oh, that person's absolutely a full blown fucking libtard. And I'm like, okay, I know this person is probably like woke as shit now.
Right.
So I guarantee that is definitely in the fucking psyop thing, but there's definitely got to be a conflict between those motherfuckers and like the tactical element. I can't imagine how they can work together.
Can you highlight Groovy Lava Squirrel Medic? I'm just gonna start calling him Squirrely. The instructor one, that one, yeah. Okay,
I was an instructor the last 6 years for 68 whiskey, and the new soldiers are actually pretty base. Good. All the politics is head sheds.
Well,
that makes
so
sense.
here's my question though, because I did spend a lot of time on Fort Sam, which is where 68 whiskeys do their training.
Medic, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong though, but their entire goal was to set it up as if it was a college campus. That's why they don't have drill sergeants in charge over there anymore. And they, I'm sure they were the ones that were like, "Hey, let's give stress cards a try."
Oh God.
We had one medic. I've already told the story, but he tried to whip it out on one of our E5s, and he just did not go well for him. But anyway, yeah, man. I feel like structural,
I remember
is kind of woke there.
Yeah, I think I remembered hearing that PSYOP was going to get rid of the drill sergeants too. PSYOP instruction goes through the Special Warfare Training Center at Fort Bragg. So I mean, it's it's right in the same fucking wheelhouse as all the active duty elements there, and they had. And the drill sergeants, I mean, just like it's actually just like my first day at T2, is that the drill sergeants are just there as your babysitters. They're to make sure, do your PT and then get you to where you need to be. Other than that, it's the instructors. The instructors do everything. The drill sergeants don't teach you anything, except for,
they teach you up, down, goes.
Yeah, you do that. Yeah, and you're gonna get your fucking ass kicked if you fuck up.
They teach you what happens if you fuck around.
Yeah.
I feel like their role is very important.
Well, of course, but that's not something that an instructor can't do. That's why it never really made much sense. Except, I mean, it is still the fear factor. I think the instructors are not meant to be disciplinarians. That's supposed to be for the drill sergeants. But why can't the instructors? So I don't. I think, but anyways, I think that's what they're going to do. Is they're going to get rid of the drill sergeants, just have the instructors do everything.
So Squirrely saying that they do have drills at their AIT. That's interesting. Those stress cards ever.
I have never actually known somebody. I've only heard people say, I know somebody who knows somebody or something like that. I've never actually heard anybody say they got issued a stress card. Never.
I didn't get to inspect it because the dude tore it up in front of him. But that was the feeling that we got. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Listen, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story, all right? That was a fucking stress card. Anyway,
What's up, Braster? Go ahead and give me shit, man.
Oh, yeah, Camp Bullis. God, what a fucking wasteland. Nothing happens out there.
Where? What
Camp Bullis? Camp Bullis is, it's in Santone.
Camp Bullis.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I know y'all talking about something boring right now, but it's probably some army gay shit. But I just dived into this thing. No, second thought. Remember I told you earlier, hold off on it?
Yeah, we're talking about the Trump indictment, the charges.
Oh God, no, going guns blazing on this one.
Okay.
I mean, right off the bat, do your nut swing in later? Suck some dick in super chats.
Wait,
or whatever.
Did you ask him to hold off so you could make your avatar?
No, no, I've already had this one. I had that one made since Roe versus Wade. The one.
Yeah, he's had a bad avatar for a while. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the screen, like setting something up here.
Dude, this is. I want to know what the hell they're smoking in DC, but I'm gonna tell you right now. This right here, if there ain't some crackpot attorneys to come up with this, because I could easily, in my little tiny brain can actually debunk all this shit right off the bat.
Let me go ahead and set this up before we get into it. For anybody who's living under a rock and doesn't know, Trump did just get indicted for the third fucking time. And once again, as I was saying earlier, this has happened time after time after time after immediately following a Biden
Yeah. I honestly
and
I honestly thought that was the right kind of being a little, I was like, come on, correlation doesn't mean causation. We can't say. But then I saw a graph of this day, shit happened with Biden, and then the next day, then it happened again. I'm like, oh,
I'm gonna play
I just
this.
realized y'all live. Shit.
Yes.
Hey, chat. Fuck y'all.
You thought that we were
Hold on. You came in here trying to dictate what we talk about in private?
I thought that Shellback let you know that we were that I boomered this and started an hour early. I've been live for 45 minutes now.
No. Okay. All right. Well, in that case, I was going to take the time to actually come up with some good arguments against each point on this. And I got a notepad set up on this shit. You want me to deep dive? I got a deep dive.
Dude, I mean, yeah, and I can't wait. I'm happy as hell that you actually took the effort to do that. Like I said, I want to share. Here, no, that's not the right one. Okay, I'm going to play. This is Trump's attorney, and she's going to go through all the timeline.
She's hot.
Before you start that, though.
Yeah, this is the. I would let her litigate me all day long.
Wow.
But she is going to break.
Before you start, real quick, before you start though, I don't care to talk about this. There's plenty of people, and I don't want to keep derailing us because I'm going to, because that's in my nature.
Okay.
So I'm gonna bounce. Plus, I only came on here to help you because you tried to help me out that one time when I didn't have anybody, and I had to.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I really appreciate
my girlfriend on that one. It was, that's how desperate I was. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll let a woman on. Anyway, but yeah, anyway, I was just coming to hang out until somebody got here that would be able to contribute to this. But anyways,
I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Bye, everybody.
All right, later, man.
Bye, man.
All right, Matt Cheesemiller, everybody, the Army vet. All right, let's listen to. Gosh, she is hot. Make sure I get the volume up. This is Trump's attorney is going to break down the timeline of all of these issues when Biden happens and then Trump happens. Check this out.
On March 17th, Hunter accidentally admits that it was his laptop from hell. The next day, DA Alvin Bragg indicts President Trump. June 8th, an FBI document is released showing that the Ukrainians paid the Biden crime family millions and millions of dollars. The next day, the Mar-a-Lago raid and the Mar-a-Lago indictment. Last week, Hunter Biden's sweetheart plea deal fell through when the judge realized it had blanket immunity. The following day, a superseding indictment against Donald Trump. July 31st, Devin Archer goes to testify in front of the House. That was only after they failed to put him in jail prior to the fact. What happens the next day? The January 6th indictment that we're here for today. This is not a coincidence. This is election interference.
Want to touch the hiney?
Really?
Oh yeah, I just had to do it. I had to lighten it up a little bit.
I could have sworn there was something else that happened in that timeline. But I know it's not necessarily tied to this. But you remember the whole graping thing that happened in that department store or whatever? Apparently that he was being accused of, and then it fell through.
Yeah,
I want to say that right there, something happened around that time period too. But I could be wrong. But let's just go with what she's saying. Nail on the head. I've seen this earlier. I was like, and we've been saying it for a long time. It seems like anytime that there's bad anything with Biden or whatever, something comes out of the woodwork or whatever. No one gives a fuck about the aliens. I was like, if they can come, they'll come. And right now, I doubt they want to hit touchdown here. We can't figure out what fucking bathroom to use. So the whole damn thing about these distractions just keep coming out, and I'm seeing it. And I think anybody that has any kind of brain can see this.
Yeah, 100%. Why don't you go ahead and go off, dude? Tell us
All
what you
right,
found.
I'm gonna bust my nut on this one. All right, let's get ready to go. All right,
I'm ready.
All right, I think for our people in chat, I think it'd probably be great. Raster, the woman, and as they accused him of rape. Yeah. Boost. Can you bring up the PDF? Do you have the PDF file?
I don't.
I downloaded the PDF file.
I can get the article pulled back up. Hold on.
No. It ain't in an article. The article doesn't give you the whole thing. I'm actually reading the PDF of the actual court document.
What wasn't the PDF in that article?
Yeah, but you have to sign up for something to get it.
Well, there's other websites that have them.
All right, see if it's visual aid or whatever. But my biggest problem is that I want the PDF because to show how much I don't trust in the media is if they actually dumbed it down or omitted anything.
Do you know how to share file? If you go to present and then it's only video file. I'm telling you, I think I can find an article that has it though.
But why are you doing that? I'm gonna go ahead and read on it now, so everybody's not sitting on the edge of seat if they even give a shit. The language and legal writings. Again, I want to go ahead and say everybody read what I have on here. I am not an attorney, but I do have a lot of background experience in law with law related stuff on the prosecution side of things. Again, I am not an attorney and I am not giving legal advice, nor am I just hold everything I say with great assault. However, if you want to listen for entertainment purposes, sure, go right ahead and listen to me. So with that out of the way, I'm not going to go and say any further about what my background completely is at the fear of doxing, yada yada yada. But let's dig into it. There you go. There we go. Can you make it bigger?
Yeah, let me see.
Page width is the way you want to see it. There we go. All right, make that little stupid shit on the side go away.
I don't know how.
Can you drag that and make it go away?
There we go. Perfect.
Okay. All right. It starts off right off the bat and everything with anything with legal. Language is everything. If you think that anything's not of consequence, it is. Little things as in may and shall. Shall is a command. Shall means you can't do. May is an optional type of thing or whatever. Again, that's not. I'm just using that as an example of what I mean by little minutia of language, where I'm having a big change of what something means. So the way everything's worded means a lot. Yeah, that's what she said. Reading chat.
Yeah, because you've been arrested. That's how you know us.
Yeah. Okay. So, going back to right here, the whole thing is written with a complete bias against Trump right off the bat. And what I mean by that is that the key points it says the defendant spread lies that have been that there had been outcome determinative fraud in the election, meaning that Trump was spreading lies saying that there was enough fraud in the election to overturn the election. Okay,
where am I looking for this?
This is an introduction part. This is literally in the first two. Just visual aid here.
Gotcha.
I encourage anybody to download this and look it up and everything. If y'all have something to say about it and everything, feel free to tag me or Adam, on Twitter and everything, and I'll be happy to have a further discussion after the stream. But the thing on this is that they're basically this is the state. This is when the state is making their indictment. Every statement is what the prosecution, this state, they are speaking on behalf of the state, the government, saying that they are now saying claiming fraud is not itself fraud. Yeah, exactly. And there's contradictions, Bush, later on, and I'll get to that. But they're basically saying that there was no the state is now making the saying or whatever, that the statement that there was not enough fraud in the election, and that is all as well. Now that doesn't surprise you, but they're making a determination right then and there. That's like a doctor saying this is cancer, and anything else against the thing is going against my authority. The state does not have any power to say that. That right there tells me that the state believes this beyond reasonable doubt that there was enough fraud to commit election fraud. I still think there's plenty of reasonable doubt. Now it doesn't say reasonable doubt in here, but the statement is basically is making the statement that they are now certifying that there was not enough fraud, and they know themselves that is with a complete certainty that there was enough fraud, there wasn't enough fraud to overturn the election, and that's kind of a bold claim to make in your introduction. So, and we still believe that that's not the case. And it goes on further, saying that the state claims that these were false, and the state is claiming that Trump knew that they were false. So apparently that they must hire a psychic to know his intimate
read his thoughts.
Yes, intimate thoughts and everything that, and I'll get to where this really gets crazy and down, and when it goes to the co-conspirators. So basically, the state.
Real quick, Blue Cord. I just read this, man. Hey there, Adam and everyone else. I'm just checking in for maybe a while before I'm back. Wife is now just a few more days left before she goes home to our Lord and Savior. I'm so sorry, man.
I'm sorry to hear that, Blue Cord.
Yeah, Blue Cord. I mean, definitely thoughts, prayers, and love to you and your wife, man. That's rough, buddy. I have no idea what to say, but I just hope things go as well as they possibly can, man. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah. Everyone who's anyone who is religious, throw some prayers out to Blue Cord and his wife. This has been an issue they've been going through for a while. Go ahead, man.
All right. So in the introduction, it's basically bias claiming to know his thoughts and his intent of Trump, despite not having any knowledge of his personal thoughts. The intro is also making a concrete claim that there wasn't enough fraud in the election to overturn the election, despite Trump's failed attempts to have audits and recounts. Now, the audits and recounts, what good is a recount when that was a problem with a lot of these, is that they were making recounts. What good is a recount when you're not questioning whether that the vote does exist? You're questioning if the vote is valid, meaning that it was signature verification done. Now, it's been proven time and time and over again and everything with Kerry Lake that Arizona is a hot spot and a lot of red areas or whatever that were things were shut down, things were done. And I'm like, that was a place of like high contention or whatever that could at least overturn Arizona. And
I was there for that. I was there. I was there for that. I was there for these meetings and press conferences and all sorts of shit. There was levels upon levels of all kinds of shenanigans going on with that shit. And then the entire area, like we were out by the compound where they were doing the count. There's all kinds of shady shit that was going on. We saw vans pulling up. They were fucking keeping shit hidden from us. All kinds of weird shit, man. That place was.
I'll say it. Kerry won that election. I don't care what that bitch that's in office now. I mean, you should have. I mean, she freaking was over the elections, and she didn't, recuse herself.
Yep.
Fuck her. No. They should at least had a special runoff. But anyway, but they don't care. They don't want that. They got their result. If it was the other way around and the same things were being made, they would have had a runoff. Now the thing is though, with these audits and stuff like that, that there was basically half-ass measures or whatever. They want that no one actually really did what they're supposed to do and actually verify and certify. And then on top of this, the mail-in ballots was a big change. That was something majorly different, was the mail-in ballots.
Right.
And so you mean to tell me that the first year where we have en masse mail-in ballots that we got it right the first time we did it? Yeah. No, you're an idiot if you think that. And honestly, here's something that a lot of people don't want to. I voted through mail-in ballot, but there was a reason why I did it. But I'm not going into it. But there was a reason why I did it, and it was my first time doing it. And when I did it, I said, "It's this easy."
Yeah.
I was my first thing, and then I was actually surprised by how easy this was to do, and coming from my background, I was like, no, I'm sorry. I was like, I was like, how do I know that this is going to go where it needs to go? And on top of that, how I know that it's not intercepted, and that there's no chain. The chain of custody is beyond retarded. So I think there's it's okay to have reasonable doubt. Now, being that I just said that, it goes on to and look at number 3 right there. It says, read that out there, Adam. I want you to give you some time to read that.
The defendant, Trump, had a right, like every American, to speak publicly about the election, to even claim falsely that there had been an outcome determinative fraud during the election, and that he had won. He was also entitled to formally challenge the results of the election through lawful and appropriate means, such as by seeking recounts or audits of the popular vote in states, or filing lawsuits challenging ballots and procedures. Indeed, in many cases, the defendant did pursue these methods of contesting the election results. His efforts to change the outcome in any state through recounts, audits, or legal challenges were uniformly unsuccessful.
Okay, now that just contradicted everything that was said before. If he had the right, then why is there a charge? So
exactly.
that means that means that he has no right to. So so now it's conspiracy to seek counsel from your attorney. Your attorney then turns around and gives you legal advice. You act on that legal advice through your team of attorneys, and that mingling right there is conspiracy. Now, the whole action of what they did or whatever was in that paragraph said they had the right. He had the right to do that. Then how are you going to turn around and charge somebody now with something that you just said right there in that paragraph that he had the right to do?
Yeah, it contradicts itself. That's so fucking nuts.
Exactly. That's why I'm so hot about this. I was like, you fucked up in the introduction, and I was like, I guarantee
we're going to what you did is against the law, but it's also your constitutional right to do it.
Yeah, right. So, all right. So, but basically, it goes on and says, okay, so, in all this or whatever, that he basically acted on all this or whatever, and it's just basically the state saying that we said it was good, so you should just assume that it's good, and you have these rights. It's okay to do it now and then, but if you're wrong on this, we're gonna, smack your pee-pee. So it's okay to do it as long as you're not wrong in the end.
Right.
Okay, so that means that every cop that gets arrested, every cop that arrested somebody, and you find out now that the person that is they end up getting they plead not guilty and they're found not guilty. So they go back and arrest the cop for kidnapping.
Right.
Because okay, all right. So that makes no fucking sense and everything. It's like the cop was okay. Trump. They're basically, the basis of all this is that they're assuming that Trump knew that they are saying they know Trump knew that these were lies and he acted on them anyway. And that's what this whole thing is pivoting on. I was like, so you mean to tell me that you know this without any shadow of a doubt? So you're going to charge the former president of the United States and everything with this based on that assertion? No, you're fucking retarded.
Yeah, and again, because they have like ESP or psychic abilities to be able to understand what's going on in his head.
Now they go on. Now I'm gonna skip to the co-conspirators because the number 3 is the most interesting. Number 3 of the co-conspirator list.
The purpose of
the co-defendants.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Next page. It goes to the next one. Okay. I kind of have an idea who that one is. Again, I need to finish up going to a further deep dive on this. You remember the Kraken lady?
I was gonna say Yeah, I know exactly who you mean. I've heard her brought up on
Okay.
a place like Bongino too. Yeah, this is probably
Okay,
her.
all right. She's a crackpot, but I mean, and
She
she's
has like
sleeping.
she has like a guy's name.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. It says right here that this is the attorney that told Trump that there was election fraud, and then in the middle of this, naming this conspirator is saying that this person said that the defendant and privately. So there he's sitting there. Now, how do you want to read this? This is where you twist the context of something right here. All right. It says, all right. Let's just say Adam,
Sidney
you're Trump.
Powell.
Okay.
Yeah, Sidney Powell. Thank you,
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah.
Byron.
Sidney Powell. Yeah. All right. So Adam, you're Trump. And I want you to say, that's crazy.
China.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I say, Mr. President, there was election fraud, and I think it was enough to overturn the results of the election. What do you say?
Okay.
No, do you say, wait, he says right here, he said he's crazy. So did he say, oh man, that's crazy?
Oh.
Or do you say, no, that's crazy. That can't possibly happen. No. I mean, you could call it crazy in different contexts. I say that this is crazy. I was like, you know what's crazy? Crazy is that you have guys dolloping around and everything and dresses and everything with their dick swinging around or whatever, and want everybody to be calling women. But guess what? And everything, it's happening.
Yeah,
but that shit's crazy, right?
Yeah, what's crazy is that like I've even heard, I think it was in one of the I think in the interview with Trump's attorney there, like somebody even asked her, well, so Trump was told that he lost the election, so why did he continue to pursue this? Well, he might have been told by one person, but then there's other people saying otherwise. He still has the absolute right to follow whoever he wants. Just because one person suggests that something doesn't mean that he's completely wrong for not following that person's advice. He has other people suggesting that there might be something to look into here, and he opted to look into it.
Right. So a man like this and everything, he's not an attorney. This is a little different from all your rest of your politicians. They're most of them are attorneys. He's not an attorney. He's a CEO of a company. Was. I mean, he did real estate. I mean, that's not his thing. That's why he hires attorneys. As any good leader should, you should defer to your experts. And this is what he did. Now, scrolling back up to conspirator number 1 and 2. One was the one that was willing, basically, that probably making press conferences, to tell the public that this is our findings, this is what we're going to do, kind of like what Sidney Powell done. That could possibly be Rudy. On that one, I can't really tell.
I'll bet it's Rudy.
Yeah,
Rudy Giuliani.
And so that one right there is like, so he was willing. So a co-conspirator, is basically saying that. So okay, so he exercises his First Amendment. You already said in paragraph 3 that they had the right to do that. So how's he a co-conspirator if he was exercising his right established in paragraph number 3?
Yeah.
Co-conspirator 2, an attorney to devise an attempt to implement a strategy to leverage a vice president's ceremonial role. Now, I like how they said a ceremonial role. It's not a ceremonial role. He was advised that the vice president had that authority.
Right.
Now,
what kind of ceremony is it? He's there to. They're saying it's a certification process.
Right, they're saying that they're saying that they're making that they're saying with by definition or whatever, but this statement, the state is now saying, this is where this is like a really botched interpretation, and this is where case law is going to be made. Is that? And it's not going to be made with this, but it's going to have to be made somewhere. But it's one of them vague laws on the books or whatever that just because that a vice president hasn't done it, it doesn't mean that moving forward it's just ceremonial.
Right.
That just like. I mean, it's just ridiculous to sit there and say that. For years since since we ever had a vice president, we always said that he could do it. Just the motherfucker never did do it. So I mean, I guess it's just ceremonial. You know, he just stands up there with a honey badger and everything and just keeps tanning his hide with a paddle. No, it's not a fucking ceremonial role and everything. The motherfucker's there for a reason. Why did it? What? At what point did they ever sit there and thought, well, you know what would be a great idea for a ceremonial role? It'd be a ceremonial role if you place these little stainless steel bracelets on people's hands and put it behind their back now, okay? All right. You're not under arrest. It's just a fucking ceremonial role, okay?
Ceremonial role.
And like you put your hand on them like you're about to baptize them underwater. You make him duck his head so he doesn't hit the pillar of the car as you put him in the back of the police car. He's not on arrest. It's just a fucking ceremonial role, you fucking retard. I was like, no, this is just stupid. The language in this is just retarded. I was like, you're sitting here at the 10-yard line on the opposite end of the field when you think that you're actually about to make a touchdown. You're not. You're on the complete opposite end of the field and everything. You got another 90 some yards to go.
I performed some ceremonial role when I got my license. I signed the signature. That's my ceremonial role to get my license.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just that this whole thing is just like they're making a lot of assertions and everything, based on a lot of statements and everything that they're saying this is true because we say it's true, and it's not. That's very bold, and that's something that I've never seen in a legal document. I see it as very facts driven, and like all the ones I've seen are very fact driven. You know, they make factual statements that can be backed up by evidence and anything, and usually like stuff with like anything saying that someone did something and that certain wasn't a role. Like if you're gonna say you're gonna defraud or fraud somebody or anything, don't make it part of don't claim it's part of some ceremonial process. That's bullshit right off the get go. You don't do that.
I know this prosecutor is basically the puppet. This is the guy that the Democrats pull in. Anytime there's something so outrageous, so dumb that no other fucking attorney would touch it, they bring in this guy, and he has failed every fucking time. This guy is the ultimate loser when it comes to fucking prosecuting attorneys. And it is only because the Democrats always bring him in to bring in the most ridiculous bullshit that could never possibly fucking win.
Should put him on blast. Should put him on blast. Make his life a living hell. And I'm not saying to do something stupid. I'm not telling people to do something stupid. I'm just saying post his name out there, you know, on Twitter and everything. Berate him because he's a fucking idiot.
Yep.
All right.
Bongino definitely has.
Yeah, and keep on doing it. Don't let people forget that name. He needs to be the freaking Benedict Arnold of the justice system. Fuck him. All right, so let's go to number 4. Number 4 is kind of like, you know, this is a limp wrist. One a Justice Department official who worked on civil matters, and it says the defendant. So Trump saying that attempted to use the Justice Department is sham. Huh?
This guy's name is Jack Smith, Special Counsel Jack Smith. He's the fucking ultimate tool bag of the Democrats. He loses every fucking time. No one else would ever in their fucking life touch a case like this because they know it should be fucking career suicide. But he has no problem doing it because he is nothing but an absolute fucking tool bag.
He needs career suicide. He should be disbarred after this. Let's see right here. So. Basically this right here is just a sham election and crime investigation. But basically, hey, I heard somebody at the Justice Department there and they have somebody look into these elections. Can you look into it for me? Oh my God, ask a cop to do his job. Oh, that's a conspiracy. Okay, moving on to number 5. That was kind of boring. I'm like, everybody's probably gonna like harp on that one. I was like, really, honestly, that's asking a cop to do his job. That's basically what it is. He's like, to open up a sham election crime investigation to influence state legislatures with knowingly false claims. Again, knowingly false claims. Okay. Oh my God, this is so stupid. All right. So conspirator number 5, an attorney who assisted in devising and attempting. Oh my God. So this right here is an attorney. I'm dumbing this down. Obviously, I hope everybody here can read. If you can't, and everything, why the fuck you here? Go to school. Anyway, no kid here. Give him money. No, don't leave. So number 5.
Wrestler's an evil asshole. You can just assume that all the time.
Evil. Yeah. So number 5 is basically, so you have an attorney that's actually going to, go through and do all the bureaucratic paperwork and all that bullshit and legal filings in order to, contest the election results, which in number 3 said that was his right to do. So that's very meh. Okay. Number 6, a political consultant who helped him implement the plan. Oh no. So there was a political person, basically, probably has a degree in political science and everything, maybe had some, giving some advice or whatever off to the side or whatever, and said that this would be good for him, yada, yada, yada. So to me, you make it seem like he's okay, so let's just spin this around. Let's just say that these co-conspirators are guilty themselves. Okay. So most of these have a legal background. They're in government. Trump only spent 4 years doing it. These people spent a lifetime doing this shit. Okay, so you're going to tell. So you're going to tell jobs, right? So number 3, and I think these are probably out of order for on purpose. Number 3 seems to be where the catalyst is at. That's why I started with that one. Number 3 is the one who said, "Hey, boss, I think you could have won this election if it weren't for all these mail-in ballots and people sneaking shitting in the middle of the night and all that kind of stuff." Oh shit, that's crazy. Hey guys, what do you think we should do about that? Well, boss, I think we could do something. That goes down to
number 6.
Where was that now? Number 6. Number 6 says,
yep.
No. Number 5 and number 6 sit there and say, "Well, boss, I've been talking to Billy Bob attorney and Billy Bob political consultant here, and I think we both agree that maybe we should proceed ahead and actually contest these results and talk about it." All right. Then we go up to number 1. Number 1 says, "Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to hold a press conference today, and we're going to go ahead and try to do something about this or whatever. And I'm going to go tell all our MAGA people and everything, get ready. This fight ain't over." Oh, okay, all right. And it says, and then number 2 says, "Well, hey, I've just been reading up here. That they've been having this stupid ass position right here now for the vice attorney and the vice president to, he could. This is not ceremonial. This is actually something he can do. I mean, why would they actually have him there to, where he could, not certify the election? You sure? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm an attorney." So you got all these people here that cover up all of them. I think I covered them all.
Yeah. They're all doing exactly what they're paid to do. I mean, especially the political consultant. That's his job. His or her job is to consult. If they're asked to, "Hey, what should we do about this?" "Well, it's my opinion that maybe we should do this." They're doing their fucking job. They're paid to do this.
So okay, and then number five here. Excuse me, number 4. Sorry, number 4. Number 4. That one's kind of like after the ball gets rolling, you then call the cop, right? It says, "Hey, I got a tip for you. I think there might be some shit going on." And at this point, we kind of like, "Well, no shit, Sherlock. I think there might be something going on." We were saying that before the election. So, I mean, look at the graphs, man. Look at where that dive in the middle of the night come from.
The dive. No, what was it called? The hockey stick, where it was just like
the hockey stick curve.
All of a sudden, it just jumped right over.
Yeah. So, I mean, to sit there and think that if they did polling data and all that kind of stuff, I mean, if you're a Democrat, okay, before this, they're all that you had Elizabeth Warren and everybody and everything sitting there saying that they didn't like these voting machines.
Yeah.
The Democrats are worried about this. Democrats are worried about how this was going to turn out. But then the mail-in ballot came up and everything, and that was our golden ticket. So, of course, everything that he was complaining about, of course, benefits them. Now, let's say that Republicans get wise, and because ballot harvesting isn't illegal, what if they just start doing it? Then Democrats start having a problem with it because one thing I've noticed and everything, that the left seems to be pretty uniform to a certain regard or whatever, but they're very quick to throw somebody underneath the bus and everything if their pet project, goes afoul. Like, say if they find something or whatever along the lines, like their pet thing is like reproductive rights, and the candidate ends up coming out, and you find out that the guy is actually pro life or whatever, and then they're dead to them. It's just that they don't, like, with people with Trump or whatever, is like, there's a lot of things I don't agree with Trump on, but I'm not going to sit there and say throw him to the wolves. I mean, I don't like his bump stock bans. There's a lot of things I can sit there and be hypocritical of the guy over. I just want to make sure that he's 75% what I want.
Yeah, and of course, and that's always going to be, because you can't always, you're never going to have any perfect president. They're not going to do everything that you want right. But overall, I mean, to break down these charges, you would agree that the overarching concept here is it's illegal to question the elections.
Right.
Correct?
That's basically that's what they're saying. They say that it is legal, but then turn around and say that it's illegal because you were wrong.
So when are these people going to get arrested?
You can run the best campaign. You can even become the nominee. And you can have the election stolen from you.
How can you win with Russian interference, though?
That's
what
real
I'm
thing.
scared about in 2020.
But rightly.
Because I think he's an illegitimate president that didn't really win. So how do you fight against that in 2020?
You are absolutely right.
He's an illegitimate president in my mind.
Would you be my vice presidential candidate? Folks, look, I absolutely agree.
Trump didn't actually win the election in 2016. He lost the election, and he was put in office because the Russians interfered.
Trump knows he's an illegitimate president.
Illegal, go to jail.
Elect, although legally elected, is not legitimate.
I don't see
Illegal, go to jail.
President
I'm glad he's gone.
as a legitimate president.
Yeah, I said
You
it.
said you believe that
Spam in jail
Russia's
anyways.
interference altered the outcome of the election.
I do.
We have
Illegal,
a
go to
president
jail.
who, if in fact it is proven,
has
been assisted by the Russians and may in fact not be a legitimate
Go to
president.
jail.
One thing that Trump is fearful of when it comes to his being president is that finally we will see how illegitimate his victory
Go to
actually
jail, fourth
was.
count.
I have an objection.
I object to the 15
Illegal,
votes in the state
illegal.
of North Carolina. I object because
Illegal.
people are horrified.
He's an illegitimate president.
Do you believe Trump?
Illegal. All these fucking people just committed crimes.
Yeah.
Those
So,
are
yeah,
all
yeah,
crimes
so-
committed right there. Every single one.
My thing is, for my thing is that they went the entire time he was in office. I mean, good Lord, he had a punch card and everything for getting his impeachments. I mean, the guy probably couldn't get anything done because, I mean, it's even his own people working against him. I mean, and I'm not trying to defend the guy. I said I'm very hypercritical with Trump on a lot of stuff, but you know what? I was never a diehard Trump guy. Everybody might think that I am because I'll say that I'll vote for him, but I'm not. I would love to see someone like Rand Paul. I'm more of a libertarian than anything. I'm not a Bible thumping person there. And obviously you can tell from how evil I am. But the thing is that with Trump is like the reason why his poll numbers are coming up is because guess what? You're pissing me off by showing your corrupt faces doing the crap that they have done today.
I've been listening to Newsmax all day, and they've had person after person after person. So many people, people who were Democrats, people who would never vote for Trump, but they all admit this is beyond corrupt. That this entire indictment, all these charges are complete and absolute bullshit, and is just another thing is tearing our country apart and just proving the fact that we don't live in a free constitutional republic anymore. We live in a fucking police state.
Yeah, I honestly believe that. See, the thing is that the whole thing with Trump when he told on the stage and that really embarrassed her, where she said, well, "If it was up to me, if I was in office, you're going to go to jail," and everybody's like, "Lock her up," and okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, Trump meant that, but the thing is, though, he had a bunch of sly people that were around him, political advisors said, we appreciate what you said. I'm pretty sure you're speaking from your heart. You would like to. I would like to, man, but you know what? That might not be the best thing to do. And that can be any further from the truth, but that's what he was advised on, and he probably heeded to that advice. Is, hey, you're the politician, man, and that's why I hired you. If you say that we shouldn't do it, then we won't do it. And generally in the past or whatever, there's a reason why we don't do it, because that looks like political persecution, which is something that the United States now used to really stick their nose up at. But apparently now we love it, because that they're obviously you're seeing shit like this. I mean, what good is this going to do? It's not going to do any good, because all you're doing is riling up his base. And you got people like me that was not diehard Trumpers, but guess what? Now I want to vote for him because he pisses you off so much, and because you see him as such a threat. Well, if he is that much of a threat, then he must be good for me.
Well, remember, this is what she was saying here. This is the real reason. This is the real reason more than anything. Now, of course, anytime you have an operation like this is an operation they're trying to pull here. It's a psyop, among other things. It's multifaceted. Every single operation has multiple different levels. There's going to be a primary objective, and then there's supporting objectives, or even alternative objectives. And what's going on here? Their primary objective is they want to try to wear him out. They want to try to wear him out. They want to try to get him to stop, to make him not run for office. And they think that it also might help the public opinion to make him look like he's a criminal. Now, obviously, that part is backfiring. They might even be wearing him out, but I really don't think so. But the other side of it is this alternate operations. They're using this as a distraction, because right now, the real factors of what's going on is what she laid out, is that the Biden family is royally fucked right now. There is mounting evidence that could very well finally, at least politically hurt the Biden family and politically hurt the Democrats in general. There's so many people out there who are so black-pilled, and I get why so many people are black-pilled right now, who everyone says nothing's going to happen to Biden. You're right. Nothing is going to legally happen to Biden. However, politically, this is very damning, not just to him, but the entire Democrat Party. Look at history. Any single time that there's a president that fucks up royally, what happens in either the midterm or the next election? It impacts the Senate, and it impacts all of the Congress. They will look at whoever the party is. If it's a Republican and they fuck up really bad, then the Democrats are more likely to take either the House or the Senate or both. It happens all the time. So that's what they're really worried about more than anything else. They're not even so much worried about Biden. They're worried about Congress. They're worried about the impact for the Democrats. This is very damning to them. So no, Biden's not going to get prosecuted, but the Democrats are royally fucked with what's going on, and that's why they want to use Trump as a distraction more than anything else.
I think the biggest thing here is that they should probably learn a little bit. This is something that Democrats not good at doing, is that, shut the fuck up, because a lot of times it's like the more you do, the worse you make it. And this is exactly what they're doing every single time that something comes out with Hunter Biden. There's somebody that testifies in front of Congress, or something bad happens with Biden. You know what? You might actually, because I think this is what's going to happen. All right. I don't think Biden is going to really run for president. And now, hear me out on this. This is something I firmly believe. This is, again, we can go in conspiracy land. What's going to happen is
I've got my tinfoil hat under here.
Okay, I firmly believe that what's going to happen is that he's going to drop Kamala Harris, but
SVP
as a VP. And what's going to happen?
I'm interested.
So what's going to happen though? It's not going to be like, because that would to get rid of her. That was us racist. You got rid of your black Indian. Because she's half black, half Indian.
She's not black at all. No, she's not. She's like Porter. No, not Porter. She's not black. She has no African blood, and she has no African blood at all.
Yeah, she's BIPOC. So
yeah.
So you got your checkbox filled. How do you replace her and not make it look bad? Well, first of all, now, and she's basically going to have to take a blood oath here. And she definitely will, because it's the only thing that's going to benefit her. It's not going to benefit her now running against, do anything against the DNC and everything. They will they're like the mafia. I mean, look at Bernie Sanders. He's an independent and everything, but that man folds like a piece of tinfoil or whatever. After he runs his primary campaign or whatever, he backs whoever. Like it just happened with Biden and happened with Clinton, with Hillary. I was like, everybody, all your little Bernie bros and everything, like, yeah, Bernie, yeah, go. And they're saying all the bad things about Clinton and everything. And then they all fall in the line and everything when he loses out. And I was like, if anything, but see, that's what I'm saying, that they always fall in line. People on the right now tend to be like, I'm for DeSantis, and if DeSantis doesn't win, I'm not voting for Trump. And I'm like, okay, get real. I mean, really get real. I was like, and honestly, if Trump loses the primary now and DeSantis wins it or whatever, I'm going to vote for DeSantis because it's better than the other alternative. And by not voting for him, you're basically voting for the other person anyway. So stop being a little bitch. I mean, we're never going to get what we want. Now, what I mean, what I think is going to happen is that Biden is going to they're going to set this up for Biden to have some sort of medical condition. I think that he's going to have some sort of he's going to probably say he has cancer, or that something came up or whatever, where he wants to live out the rest of his days in peace and everything at the rest time eating pudding or whatever. But that's neither here nor there. So, but what's going to happen is that I think Tim Pool hit on this pretty well. I think there's going to be some sort of thing or whatever, like that there needs, because they can't have Kamala be next in line. They're going to have someone, and I think it's going to be Gavin Newsom. I think that they're going to have him placed in that role. He's not going to actually run in the primary because they don't want to bruise the relationship any.
Yeah, I agree with that. You can also see, especially because of how much they've been hyping up Gavin Newsom, and I know part of that was him. I think he was trying to hype himself up too, but I think there was a lot of the Democrats that they are trying to prop him up as being the next alternative coming in. I guarantee, I do believe 100% that they want to drop Biden. They're going to have some excuse to do it at some point. How exactly they do that?
I want to say the last president to not run their to run the same vice president for both their terms was Reagan.
I didn't realize that.
Was it Dukakis and then Bush? I can't remember which one came first.
Huh.
But George Sr. was one of his vice presidents, and I think was it Dukakis? I can't. I'll have the name. I'm fucking up the name. Somebody in chat probably could remember this. Probably Shellback. He's old as fuck. But yeah,
real quick, Kizzy, good grief. If they publicize any more on Hunter, Trump's going to be putting Gitmo. Yeah. Well, here's the thing too, is that guarantee if he actually does get convicted on anything, it's going to get appealed up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court will not. There's no way they'll pass it. There's no way conviction will go all the way through the Supreme Court. It won't happen.
My biggest fear here is that because look at the time on this. This is like, okay, we're now sitting in August now. Okay, we're going to have our primaries in November.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's only a few months away. And and if anyone's dealt with anything with the courts, guess what? They're not going to have the trial before then. So, and Trump is the nominee. I don't care what anybody says. Look at the polling data. The motherfucker is going to get the nomination.
Yeah, so, and I would argue that number 2 is actually going to be Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yeah,
I think DeSantis has shot himself in the foot. I think Vivek will be the number 2.
And I like Vivek. I really
do
like
too.
Him.
Yeah, he's awesome. And I can't believe I'm older than him.
Yeah, honestly, he's my favorite. But the problem is that he just doesn't have the traction. But what I would love to see him do is get the VP ticket.
That I think I agree. I still like Carrie Lake, but I think that Vivek would also be an amazing option for that too.
He still ticks a box, but he's a good guy. He's a good guy. But he earned it. I mean, if you want to play the leftist playbook now, he does tick a box too. So does Carrie.
Yeah, but also he's not a career politician either. He's another self-made man like Trump, but he doesn't have the bombastic fucking asshole look that Trump has. You know,
but what I like about him is that I could see him very well, because Trump has taken some swings. I don't expect this to be a complete clean fight and everything. They're going, that's part of running campaigns or whatever. But I've noticed that Vivek hasn't been going the Santis route and everything. Vivek's been pretty smart about it. He's like, I'm going to hold off here for a little bit. But DeSantis is just going full steam ahead. I'll give him credit for that. I was like, dude, you do right here. But guess what, dude? I was like, you're polling data. You don't have it, dude. You're the guy now that saying I can fuck any bitch in here now, and you're sitting here with a 2-inch penis. I'm sorry, dude. You have your polling data does not show that you have the support that you think you do.
No,
and honestly, what someone like DeSantis should have done, but I think I know what his gib is. All right, his jib is that he knows that there will be a layover period between, if he served his full term as governor, there will be a 2-over layover period before he could run for another office. And he can't stand that, because the motherfucker has been in government for so long or whatever. He is a politician.
Yeah.
And and what he should have done is just ate crow or whatever, and sat there and just drank some margaritas on Miami Beach, or do whatever the fuck he wants to do or whatever for them 2 years, and make sure he did something to stay in the media by making some Fox News appearances back on Fox News. Actually, we know people listen to him or whatever, but be a talking head, get in the public view, make some bombastic comments or whatever. Be a name that's not forgotten or whatever, and then run in 2028. But no, the motherfucker couldn't wait. He had to change laws in Florida to be able to make it legal for him to run as president, and while he still owed the state 2 more years.
And that's where he ultimately lost me, because I really did believe that he had the real want to do all this political stuff, because he really just wanted to do things right for the state and then do things right for the country. And now it does look more and more like he just wants to be president. He wants the power. He wants the limelight.
Congratulations for being the first politician in the world and everything to actually do what people want him to do. I was like, but that's the thing. You didn't do it because you wanted to do it. You did it because that's what your base wanted to do it. Maybe everybody else in the Republican Party could learn a thing or two from him on that. If you want to be a good politician, I was like, even if you don't want to do the right thing, at least do what the people want you to do. That'd be a great thing for you to do. How about that? So, I mean, I'm not going to pat him on the back, and plus on top of that, he kind of has Ron DeSantis and everything is basically had a easy ride. He has his state legislature. So basically all they have to do is, hey, Ron, this would be a great idea if we sign this letter right here and everything. They'll really get them all spun up and everything going on with Disney right now. Okay, I'll sign it. Just put the bitch on my desk. I'll sign it in the morning. And that's what happens. There's other minds at work here besides him. So don't give him the credit. But what I will sit there and say with Trump, I can't think. Okay, if everybody's like, well, he didn't do anything right the first time. He didn't drain the swamp. You're right. He didn't drain the swamp because he saw a problem. That was his campaign. He had no personal motivation to do so. Oh, he has some personal motivation to do so now. I mean, really, honestly, I mean, I'll be surprised the CIA and FBI exist after his next term if he gets in.
No, he should. I mean, that absolutely should be his thing. I mean, that should be the stance for absolutely anybody who's going to run for president as on the Republican ticket. Is you need to tear down the FBI and the CIA from the top down and rebuild it. If it means with the FBI, if that means you have to tear it down and place everyone into a different division or something like that, a different element, then so be it. But our FBI and our CIA, exactly for the reason like what's his face, the fucking the senator Chuck Schumer said, you know, if you go against our intelligence agencies and they have 6 ways from Sunday to get back at you, indicating our fucking intelligence agencies are running our country. That's a threat towards Trump. And that's what's going on, man. You can put the conspiracy theory hat on or not, but everyone I think will admit that our fucking intelligence agencies are running the fucking show right now, completely unfettered, unchecked.
And they and they have their own best interest at play. And
Yeah.
everybody at those agencies and everything, from the top down, have their own interest at heart. They want to make sure they have job security, and to make sure that they have their unelected power that they have, and they fear losing it. And I think everything going on right now with all these indictments and stuff is basically the death spin. You know, it's just where the death curve. The last thing you hear for someone dies. That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, and Shellback is right. Look, Trump is trying to drain the swamp. He's not in the club. He doesn't know the handshake, and he's not under their control. He is actually in place to tear this control system of our government down, and to give power back to the citizens. Yeah, that's exactly what he's been in for, and that's why he's demonized. That's why they're trying to get rid of him. That's why they impeach him. That's why they're doing everything they're doing to him, and why they've managed to turn their PSYOP campaign, which is the mainstream media, for half the country, to actually think that this man is some sort of an actual fucking literal Hitler fucking Nazi, which is, none of it makes any fucking sense. It's a PSYOP program, and it is a fucking intelligence agency fucking program to maintain control of our government away from the U.S. citizens and direct everything at them to weaponize.
Hey, I need to step away for just a second.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Sheila, welcome. I'm glad to see you're alive. For anyone who missed it last Saturday, Miss Sheila Aliens got a little silly on a stream, but she's still here. She's gonna come back next Saturday. For all you who are new to the channel, be sure to pop in and check out Skinamax Saturday at 10 o'clock Eastern here on Vets Talking. Also, everyone, remember, you can check out at Vets Talking. Drop the G and you'll always find me. You can see it under my name right there. We are on all the social medias. Definitely check out the Twitter. We're on Kick and Odyssey, and Rumble's our good one. Rumble's been building slowly but surely. I am paying attention to that chat over there. And also, every single time we do a live stream, we always play our drinking game, even though this is not a drinking show by any means, but we always like to show some love to our fans who want to drop some super chats. So we always take a drink. I'm only drinking water right now, but I do have my whiskey here for any single super chat, $20 or more. I always drink Redneck Riviera, a fantastic whiskey made by John Rich, and funds go to the Folds of Honor program, an amazing program. So yeah, $20 or more, we'll always do a shot. I always have one ready to go. Even if the show's over, I'm still going to take it though. But yeah, thanks for being here. Let's see, nude on the channel? No, Sheila didn't get nude. She just got a little silly.
She didn't. She just pissed herself. She didn't shit herself. Okay, she made it in bed. Okay, all right.
And apparently MK did a wonderful job of babysitting Miss Sheila Aliens that night.
Gave her an IV hookup in the morning.
That's right. I hear that is a fantastic way to get rid of a hangover, is an IV.
You know, you're really good at vamping on your own channel.
Vamping? What is vamping? I don't know what you're talking about.
Talking while I'm out.
I've got a little practice in. I may have only been doing this since January, but I think I've got this YouTube thing figured out a little bit here.
But yeah,
what did Bush say? Says hold on, it says 20. Have you seen gas prices? The hell, man, that's about $2 super chat. I know. Let's go ahead, Rester.
You drunk? The whole thing with Trump is that he's the bull in the china shop that I want. I don't like the status quo. I don't want the status quo to keep going. The state obviously wants the status quo to keep going, and I'm going to vote for the guy that's going to tear that has any even that has the height. I'm not going to say he's going to be the most likely, because there's probably some guy out there that Vivek probably could do it more than he could, but I think that there's a higher likelihood that for him to both get elected and to actually tear it down. Yeah. And I hope he does do it. And I want him to take it personal. I want him to be completely
ruthless.
ruthless. I
no
don't want
fucks given.
I want him to be petty as fuck. I just want him to be like. I want him. I would love for him to publicly shame somebody from the Oval Office and everything. Make it a fucking reality show. I will nut every fucking night.
Yeah.
It's like, because the thing is that I'm just tired of seeing this shit. These people are too comfortable. I mean, for God's sakes and everything, old Turtlehead and everything freaking had a absent seizure or whatever at the podium.
Yeah, I think. I mean, that's another thing that I think that he very well may be able to do is put in fucking term limits or age limits on these people. I saw on some show that they showed a chart of like of throughout the years of how many Congress people that there are over the age of 70, and the chart goes like this until like the last few years, and it went like this. It fucking skyrocketed. It's like, how and why do we all of a sudden have nothing but fucking just ancient old fucking Congress people who are incapable of even walking, let alone fucking being able to run our fucking country?
Well,
it's insane.
But Bush has a point. Now, it's like the president cannot impose term limits. However, he can suggest a bill. I'm not saying that he can actually like make it happen with the stroke of a pen like Obama used to. I'm saying like if we get Trump in, and like I was saying earlier, if what I was saying, if this Biden thing and the massive corruption of the Democrats showing their ass is damaging enough to the Democrats, then it's very fucking possible that if things go the way that we hope, then we could get Trump in office and take over the House and the Senate, and that means we've also got the fucking the SCOTUS. Supreme Court. We will have all three branches, and then we can actually make this shit happen. We can tear down the FBI, the CIA, put in age limits, put in fucking term limits. We can actually turn this fucking country around. That's why this election is actually legitimately the most important election of our lifetime, of this entire fucking country. I guarantee it. Because if we don't, we are on this path right now. I've said this multiple times, and it's not hyperbole. We are in a police state right now. We absolutely are in a fucking police state, and it's only going to get worse if they win this next election. Yeah, the thing, like this is where we differ. I don't think we're going to be able to turn it around. I know you're Mr. Brightside.
You black-hearted skeptic.
I honestly think that I think this time next year we're going to be in at the eve of World War III.
Yeah, that's another thing, of course, is China definitely wants to invade Taiwan, and they're not going to wait for the next election to do it. It's going to happen. No, it's going to happen before November 2024.
They know the Russians and China are both sitting there. They're like, I honestly think that because I think it is a hard decision to make. I mean, everybody thinks that that they're bloodthirsty. No, they're cold and calculated, just like everybody else in the world. We're cold and calculated too, if you really want to get right down to it. But at the end of the day, someone has to make the jump, and somebody is going to get wise and sit there and say, "Hey, they're watching our polling data just as much as we are, if not more so, from a strategic point. They're going to be like, okay, should we do this now while the old fuck is in office, or should we wait and chance it to see if we get if that hothead gets in there?"
Yeah,
that's the first thing they're going to think about. And then right now, we know this, and we talk about this a lot, especially on this channel, about what is our readiness? What is our real actual readiness? Are we combat ready?
No, fuck ready? No. They've corrupted our fucking military, weaned it down to damn near nothing by giving all of our fucking weapons over to Ukraine and depleting our fucking oil reserves down to almost nothing. If we go into a world war, we're probably not even going to have the fucking fuel to run our tanks and fly our planes and sail our ships. And miss for 1776. Who's that?
Yeah. I actually got her to come over and everything. She's told us about us, and I kind of gave her the 411 on our debauchery.
Okay.
Hey there. Hey girl. Hey.
Welcome. Hey.
Yeah, I've been trying to campaign to get her to get me on they have like their own little simp cast type of thing. I said I can't think of a better thing to do is be berated by a bunch of women. So
she have a
big ass titties. I don't know.
Definitely welcome.
Yeah. So
ever since Sheila took off, we've been declining in our cleavage on the show. I mean, thankfully we still have green haired anti-liberal Tiff.
Yeah, we got
Tiff. The more the merrier.
But yeah,
welcome sketchbook.
The whole thing with I think that they're honestly waiting for them to jump on the bit and everything to actually do this. And then I don't think they're going to chance it for the next election. There will be another war. But one of the things that, like answer I was just talking about, do you think we're combat ready? And the answer is no, we're not. And the thing that really bothers me the most is that, I think we mentioned this earlier. I'm not sure if you and Mads were talking about or not, because I imagine since y'all started an hour fucking early. Jesus Christ!
I'm looking. It's like, yeah, I've been going for 2 hours now.
All right. I finally got the family and everything down for like 9:30. I was like, oh shit, I got 30 minutes now to read this PDF and everything and make some good notes on this shit and everything. And then I come up in here thinking that y'all fucking in the back room, and I come running my mouth like I'm doing right now. And freaking, you're fucking live. I'm like, oh shit, I see the red button on the top, and I'm like, oh fuck, y'all live. And I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, it said 10 o'clock. That was what the tweet said. Anyway, I don't know if y'all talked about it, but the draft situation. Did y'all hit up on that?
The draft situation? No, not today. We talked about that on the Dangerous Military Nerds podcast yesterday morning, though.
Did they talk about like them bumping up the age?
No, I haven't heard about that. What do you mean bumping up? You mean making the requirement higher than 18?
No. I'm talking about like the where the cutoff is. The cutoff is like shit. What's the cutoff on it for the draft and for?
Oh, you mean like so you're saying it's like 40 something. Like you can't, like if you're over a certain age, then they can't draft you.
Yeah.
So you're saying that they're gonna get old fucks in here?
Like I think the current draft you can't get anybody over 30.
Yeah, I mean that sounds, yeah, I mean that makes sense.
Yeah. So people like us now back that actually served during a war and shit, and actually have some fucking experience and didn't live during these politically correct times and stuff. I mean, really, if you think about it, the whole damn thing is them like bumping up the cutoff. I know what they're doing. They're saying, you see these little femboys that come in now or whatever. No, we're not draft. That's not. They might draft those as cannon fodder, but what they really want to fight their war is the people that actually had the experience. And it's like, well, damn, they just aged out of that shit. Well, we got to bump that age up. That's what they want. They know. Okay, with the time period that we were in. They want us because we're not old. We're not so old and everything where we would not be effective on the field order. We got Shellback now. He's old as fuck and everything. That motherfucker now they probably can't lift a damn wrench on an aircraft carrier. But I mean, we can still get our dicks hard. I mean, that motherfucker now has a pop of Blue Chew or some shit now to make it happen.
Ali Bandy, welcome to the channel. I think I've seen you before. My husband was the second to last person to ever have been actually drafted. No shit. I don't know how proud I'd be to say that. I was just two away, one person away.
I'm gonna say it on this vet stream. I'll be my AWOL motherfucker. You ain't taking me away from my fucking family,
dude. My kid
is gonna see me.
Yeah, I said this on the podcast yesterday. Pop Culture Minefield, by the way, check me out on Wednesday mornings at 10 o'clock and Pop Culture Minefield, 10 o'clock Central. We were talking about the draft, and somebody popped onto one of my video streams. I think it was the last one. Was talking about Tom McDonald's American Flag Song, and because we talked positively about Trump, and this person came in and said, why would you guys be supportive of a draft dodger? Aren't you aware that he got out of going to Vietnam, and like, well, I actually didn't know that. I looked it up, and yeah, he didn't dodge it. He was going to college. He fell out of that category because I think he was going to college. Guess what? Every fucking president we've had for like the last 20 years has done the same thing. Every single one of them managed to get out of getting drafted into Vietnam on technicality. You want to call it out across the field. They didn't dodge. They didn't go run off to fucking Canada or some shit like that. That was the fucking rules. But my point is that, look, nobody wants to go to Vietnam. And can you fucking blame them? Now, still, of course, I still look back and I think it is a little shitty, but I've never really totally been too upset with people who didn't want to go to Vietnam because it's a war that we shouldn't have been involved in. Just like now, Ukraine is not a war we should be fucking involved in. So if you think if I can find technicality to get out of a fucking draft, yeah, I'm going to fucking do it. I'm not going to go die for fucking Zelensky, the fucking piano dick player.
Here's the thing, and this is even during the wars that we've fought in. This is hindsight of my jaded black-pilled ass. The biggest thing they sold us when we were young, dumb, full of cum is they told us, that you're fighting for our democracy. You're fighting you're fighting to spread freedom across the world. I was like, I don't know. There's a plenty of like dead Afghan kitties or whatever now and then that probably sit there and think that we didn't spread much freedom around there. We spread a lot of cluster missiles.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're 100% right on that. And the claim also was we have to fight them over there so we don't have to fight them over here.
Bullshit. Bullshit. I was like, but they say, and then their defense was, well, yeah, they already hit the plane. I was like, okay, all right. I was like, here's the thing. If you really want to get right down to it and everything, I was like, sometimes you got to think about after all the CIA ops and stuff that we find out years later. I was like, no wonder everybody fucking hates us. Because everybody's in a Russian interference. Motherfucker, the CIA interferes in everybody's fucking election.
Dude, I mean, so much more worse than this claim that fucking Russia did, put in like, how much was it into like buying Facebook ads and stupid shit like that. You ever heard of fucking Economic Hitman? You ever heard of this?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's an entire book. This guy, I think they're part of the CIA. They go in to these fucking countries that we provided aid to or whatever. And, the countries will think like, okay, well, I mean, we just got assistance. No, motherfucker. Now you're going to get an economic hitman that's going to come in and say, now you're our bitch. You owe us. And you're going to fucking do all kinds of shit for us. I remember them even talking specifically. I think it was Uganda, using as an example. And I remember seeing when I was in Fallujah, we had Uganda, if I'm right, I think it was Ugandan fucking troops out of fucking nowhere get dropped in to do like security on our fucking dining facility. It was the weirdest fucking thing. Like, where the fuck did these guys come from? It was actually in this fucking book that Uganda got fucking blackmailed essentially by an economic hitman, say, you're going to fucking give us some of your troops. You are going to give us our troops. We did this for you, so you're going to give us our fucking troops. But that's just one example of some of the crazy corrupt shit that and I mean, that's a real mild example. Trust me, it's been a long time since I looked up that stuff. There's a lot of really fucked up shit that these guys would do. So anybody's curious, look up Confessions of an Economic Hitman. It's just one example of stuff that'll blow your mind. But yeah, I mean, at the other levels, I mean, it's so blatant. The shit like you're talking about, like with the CIA, how we fucking just much more than fucking buying Facebook ads. We will rig entire fucking elections, install entire fucking governments. We run shit all over the fucking world.
We already did to the Ukraine once.
Yeah. So
I mean, the thing that irritates me about this is that I know how I sound when I say this. I know how
you sound like a hick.
I know. Yeah. The whole thing about as soon as anybody mentions or utters the words, the CIA does X, CIA does Y, CIA does Z. That everybody's like conspiracy theorist. I was like, well, the CIA actually does shit, right? Or else, what do you think they do?
Yeah, that after 50 years, their actions and their operations get released to the public, and it's out there now. MK Ultra is not a conspiracy theory. It was real. We really were performing mind control on people,
and everybody made everybody sound like a freaking Alex Jones and shit for even back in the day when MK Ultra. I was like, oh my god. I mean, people made crazy mind control. Oh my god, that's crazy shit. And then they've come out, oh shit, that was a real thing. It's one of them things where they sit there and ignores the CIA as just like an intelligence gathering agency. They do nothing but they're just a archive of of our intelligence. Well, they heard that the Chinese are moving to the South China Sea. Oh, okay, they have some troop movement. They saw it on a satellite. That's what they do. They just passively look for information so that they can pass along the information to somebody that might do something with it. You're a fucking moron if you believe that. And there's already been proof on the books and then that they don't do that. And another crazy thing is that it blows my mind and it shows that it's funny that no one on the left is even remotely considering RFK Jr. Yeah. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, the guy, there's a lot of things I don't agree with him on. There's a shit ton, but guess what and everything, we would be going back to a little bit more normalcy back in the 90s and 80s and then where a Democrat and a Republican could sit in the same room and not call each other a racist or some stupid shit like that. Yeah. And then they're like, well, you're drinking, buddy, could go down and say, all right, buddy, let's go down to the ballot, down to the vote box and cancel each one of our votes out together.
He's a Democrat candidate that I'm like, if he were to get elected, which I would hope, obviously he wouldn't, but at least I wouldn't feel like it's gonna be the end of the fucking world. I'm like, okay, at least this is a Democrat who's not trying to fucking take over our country.
Yeah, I honestly think that he's just but what I was getting to with him is that it was recently, I think this week or whatever, he actually asked for Secret Service detail. Now
it got denied.
It was denied. Now the reason why it was denied, I get it, but it's bullshit. He is a special exception. Considering that both his uncle and his dad, was assassinated, and the CIA was involved in it. And that was released. I'm not sure if anybody forgot that. We're always going with the whole thing with the CIA. They were involved in it. So I mean, to sit there and deny a man that's basically saying, hey, I know there's been threats against your life and shit and everything, and everybody in all your immediate family has been assassinated, and they were the most well-known names in government and everything for most of the 20th century. But fuck that, you're not going to get any special detail, any kind of special treatment and everything. You don't get nothing. You get fucking nothing. That's fucking stupid. And at that point I'll be like, if I was RFK, I would be like, all right, I got to hire somebody here. I'm going to hire some good special ops guys, special forces or some shit, because they're not going to cover me.
Yeah, it's like, the one political family name that's most synonymous with fucking assassination and they don't want to give him the fucking protection detail. That is, that's some scary ass shit right there.
I was like, I would be like, if I was Biden, okay, say if I just say there is a decent bone in that crippled man's body, feeble man, that he's not crippled, maybe mentally, but
he's mentally crippled for sure.
Yeah, mentally crippled,
and morally,
morally, yeah. I would sit there and say, all right, even though you're my adversary, I hear your plight. I'm going to grant you this as a courtesy, because I want to look like the bigger man. But see, the left doesn't do that. They don't. He knows that he doesn't have to look like the bigger man, because they already go rank and file and get on the Biden train. If it was Trump or somebody like that, he'd probably be like, yeah, fuck, here you go. You're not gonna have a shit chance in hell beating me, but here, go ahead and have it.
Well, speaking of Trump, I mean, you remember all the controversy when they were after the election, and they were demanding that Biden be allowed an office in the White House for the transition, and Trump wouldn't do it. And then they raised all kinds of hell, saying this is proper decorum, and you must allow this. And actually, there's no really set precedence. I mean, yeah, it's commonly done, but it's not a rule of law that it has to be done. It's always just a common courtesy when an election is done.
To watch though,
yeah, it's fucking hilarious. And then
he had that
Biden
stage or whatever. It said the office of the president elect or whatever.
Yep.
I was like, this is so stupid.
Never, there's no such thing. There's no fucking such thing. But yeah, I mean, look at that. Look at them giving Trump all that fucking shit for that. And now here's a situation which has actual precedence when a possible presidential candidate requires security, and it's not just even common courtesy. I mean, this guy really does fucking need it, and they're going to deny it. So
in your own party.
Yeah, in your own party. In your own party. Yeah.
I'm just saying, if I was running for office and everything, and I knew the history behind it all, I'll be like, how about since y'all big on common things ceremonial, well, here's a ceremonial Secret Service role for you. I was like, if your last name's Kennedy and you hold public office somewhere, you get a detail.
You get the best of the best.
Yeah. It just blows my mind. It just what the lengths of the debauchery that this country is going through, and I honestly believe that by this time next year we will be in World War III, or at least the eve of it, and there's going to be a different things that's going to go about, and I don't know how it's going to play out. The bright side would be is that. And I think that this will be a thing where if they win the election, see, the Democrats will not enact a draft or do anything where they get, because right now they don't have the numbers to actually fight in a war. The recruitment's down. There's no way they can get them, and no way of getting the ones that they really want. And they're gonna do it's gonna be like the bait and switch thing with the whole thing with you remember with the college the college tuition, the whole loan forgiveness thing.
Oh yeah. The shit that got shot down.
They sold that and tried to make. They knew that it was going to be unconstitutional. The Supreme Court was going to knock that shit down, but they did it because that was the big thing that they promised to they were buying votes.
Yeah, exactly. They're buying votes. Yeah, 100% with our tax dollars.
They did that knowing that it wasn't going to pass. It's kind of like ask your mom for $100 or whatever, knowing that she ain't going to give it to you. Mm-hmm. But you might get a 20 out of it. That's what they got. They were hoping that they could sell this false promise or whatever, and it got them across the finish line. And then it didn't matter what happens after that. Be like, oh man, that damn Supreme Court, it gets you every time. That Clarence Thomas, I swear to God, it gets us. So
damn blackface white supremacy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of them things where they know they're going to do this, and I think that's what's going to happen with the draft. They'll be like, oh no, we're not going to draft. We're not going to draft, and their asses to be drafted quicker than I don't know what. As soon as after he's sworn in for the second time. They ain't going to wait on it. They're going to do it.
Hey, Sister Cat, I see you over there on Rumble.
Yeah, just like they quit. They stopped everything with the pipeline and everything. They're going to do that for the draft, whatever, because they got you in. They got your vote. Now you're going to fuck them, and it doesn't matter because guess what? He's lame duck anyway. And then if you say that, well, that just hurts the next Democrat. No, because we have our country has the memory of a fucking goldfish because the majority of voters are retarded. Yeah. I
mean, exactly. Like I got that fucking 10 straight minutes of Democrats denying elections in the past 20 fucking years. And only now, all of a sudden, everyone's completely forgot that and think it's a crime to question an election and throw Trump in jail for it.
I mean,
20 fucking years of them doing this, and everyone is fucking Gone. No one remembers a fucking minute of it.
YouTube and old Twitter and everything. They sat there and censored. Did not do anything to censor that shit. People said that openly and stuff. But as soon as Trump started doing it, and then they censored the fuck out of you. I won't be surprised this stream gets taken down. To be quite honest with you later on, but you know what? Fuck it and everything.
Dude, so when we did, we went over Hunter Biden, some of the Hunter Biden stuff a couple weeks ago on Knife Hands, and I tagged, I hashtagged, I put a bunch of stuff in there about like hashtag Biden corruption, crime family, all this fucking shit. And no one showed up for that stream for like 20 minutes. I mean, there was no one in here. I have never, even when I first started doing this in January, my very first stream covering a Twitter file drop, at least I had a handful of people in here. I've never had no one. It took like 20, 30 minutes before people finally started to pop in. No one got notifications. And even if you didn't get notifications, I mean, there still should have been ways for people to still see I was streaming. No one. And even throughout the entire stream, we only had a couple people here and there. I've never had a stream where it's not at least over fucking 10 people. I mean, you know, we've had streams that, we've had really good streams, but not to have less than 10 is extremely rare. Even if we were having the worst show ever, I might have had somewhere between 5 and 8 people in there the entire time. That's never happened. It is very obvious YouTube completely scorched that fucking stream. Some sort of shadow ban or something. But much appreciation for Groovy Lava Squirrel Medic popping in with $4.99. Much appreciated, man. Says Trump 2024, fuck Joe Biden, and hashtag Judas Pence. Yes, you're absolutely right there. Because for anyone who doesn't know, I'll remind everyone again, we always play our drinking games, any super chat. We do social, $20 or more, and we'll do shots. I don't have any beer with me right now, so I'm just drinking water, but cheers to you, my friend. Thank you very much. But I do have a shot here that I really want to take, though. Anybody want to drop a 20? Go ahead, Rast.
Just drink it.
I'll drink at the end of the stream if nothing else. And Sissy Cat, thank you for the thank you for your service. I appreciate that. Thank you for being on Rumble. Go ahead, dude.
But the whole thing with my biggest fear is if he does win the next election, they're not worried about spoiling the pot for the next Democrat that wants to run for the next run or whatever. But after his term is over. My fear is that he will actually use war powers and everything to continue into another, because this has happened before. It happened in World War II.
Oh yeah.
There's been people might not know this, but there has been a president that has served longer than 8 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's one of my fears as well, is that, there's so many people are theorizing if there's going to be another coup that's going to come out. There's all kinds of possibilities, shit they can do between now and November 2024. And one of the things that I'm worried about, because we know that Biden is just a pet. China has dirt on him.
Correct.
And I wouldn't be surprised at all if they may be planning that they are totally willing to start World War III, invade Taiwan, and also do some form of an invasion. I don't know to what level here on our homeland, here in the U.S., and knowing that Biden will do something like that, initiate the war powers, take over as a full-blown fascist. It's very possible that may be a plan of theirs.
And here's another thing: is that people need to read up on what Operation Northwoods was.
Yeah.
In a time like this, think about. I want y'all to think about Operation Northwoods, and what I mean by that is that like you were saying, because nothing gets people more engaged in. It happened for 9/11. It wasn't an army. It wasn't anything like that. It was just some. I mean, not just, but it was horrible. They flew, airliner into the Twin Towers and then the Pentagon, and the other one got brought down. I think that was brought down by one of ours, but that's neither here and there.
Even Rumsfeld said, "Oh, the one that was shot down by the missile that we shot down." It was a slip of the tongue in the middle of an interview. Yeah.
So that I firmly believe in everything that when you know your enemy is at your gate and everything, and then what you need for your populations is for your enemy to actually go through the gate, so you can get your population riled up, and that's what's going to happen. They just need to be pushed over the edge, but they don't want it to actually happen. So that if anybody knows anything about Operation Northwoods, is exactly what they were thinking about. They were trying to instigate a war with the Cubans.
Cuba. Yep.
Yeah. And
100%.
And the man that shot that down, guess who it was?
That was wait.
It was
Clinton?
Kennedy.
It's Kennedy, yeah.
What the fuck? I kicked Clinton.
I know. I don't know why. For some reason, I was thinking, like, wait, was that during that? No, that's right. It was Kennedy. Yep.
They suggested to Kennedy. Kennedy's like, "Fuck no, we're not doing that shit." And then after that, he was like, he was talking about tearing down the CIA and everybody, and then they didn't like that. And guess what? Motherfucker gets the grassy knoll.
Yeah.
So I mean,
gets the magic bullet.
Yeah. So
pretty crazy, huh?
But the thing is that everyone's like, well, it didn't happen. Yeah, but there was a dare we say it, deep state that was more than happy to have it and suggest it. So, he was more of a free thinker. There's a lot of things I don't agree with JFK on, but guess what? Now he was at least I think for the most part and everything, yeah, he was an adulterer and everything. Sounds like somebody I know. It probably sounds like a Trump, right? He likes getting his dick wet.
Yeah.
So
I mean, dude, anyone who managed to hook it up with, I was gonna say Madonna. Marilyn Monroe is all right in my book, and also all right in my book is Groovy Lava Medic, Squirrel Medic. I'm just gonna call you my medic. Welcome, thank you for the $20. Yes, $19.99 does count as 20 because I know the little scrolly thing for apps. It doesn't go all the way to 20, so I will count this as well. It says shots. Also great to find like-minded vets. Looking forward to future streams. Thank you, my friend. I'm looking forward to seeing you on future streams. I'm really glad you like this. Normal, it's very rare we have just 2 people on here, but this is just one of those unique nights. And but yeah, definitely, dude. If you enjoy the shots thing, come check out Skinamax Saturday on 10 o'clock Eats on Saturday. You are definitely going to get a huge kick out of that one. And we always get some good bumpers for this kind of stuff. And you get this because this is the first shot of the night.
It has begun.
Cheers to you, Groovy Medic. Thank you, my friend. That's fantastic. Again, if you guys don't know, check out Redneck Riviera, made by John Rich. Fantastic whiskey. Not sponsored by them, but I wish I was.
You act like it's sponsored.
I know. I want people to try it. I want people to buy it. You know, it's a good whiskey and it goes to a good cause. Portions of it go to the Folds of Honor.
If I ever go Cameron, I'm covering up all my beverages with a label of my own. I'm like, fuck you. If you ain't paying me, you ain't getting shit. I don't care if you are on my side. Fuck you. You're not paying me.
I am hopefully next week. I will have my practical background set up. I'm already set tomorrow. I'm going to get another shelf. I already have a shelf right now that has my video game console set up. I'm going to second one next to that. And
collection.
And on Monday, I've got my Elgato light strings that are going to be coming in. I'm gonna have a nice practical effect back there. I'm gonna have military souvenirs as a what?
Bisexual lighting.
I'm gonna have my military souvenirs as well as my fucking some of my geeky nerdy stuff. I'm gonna get my Star Trek toys and stuff back there. It's gonna look pretty fantastic. So for those of you who like the green screen background, say goodbye. I'll still have the green screen ready to go for like video game streams and stuff like that. But other than that, practical background.
If you see a lightsaber behind it, it's not a lightsaber. It's just a light up dildo.
I actually have I'm gonna have this on display. So I got my my NCO sword here from the Army. That's gonna be on back there.
Yeah.
I don't have a lightsaber. Gay lighting. Thank you. See, with friends like these, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Yep.
But Yeah, I'm black pilled. Everybody knows it. It's just that the thing is that I never ever would have thought. Everybody's like, well, no way they would indict Trump and do all this stuff and everything. It's all just saber rattling. I'm like, motherfuckers, they're doing it. I was like, they're gonna keep on doing it. I was like, all Hunter needs to do is go out there and do some other dumb shit. Actually, kill a hooker in the middle of Times Square or some shit and everything. And guess what? Now they'll indict Trump on some more shit. I mean, that haughty attorney is correct. I mean, the timeline lines right on up, and quite honestly, all the stuff we talk about with our 3 levels of government and everything, having checks and balances and shit and everything. And at some point and everything, you're gonna have to sit there and say and everything that every jurisdiction that's charged him and everything has been politically driven. And there's nothing done to these people to reel them in. Honestly, my biggest problem with the way the Supreme Court is that it's reactive and not proactive. It's like they just sit there and they have something come across their desk and be like, all right, let's make a ruling on it. It has to go to them. Nothing. They don't go to anything else. Where every other branch in the government, and that's what happens. I mean, like Congress, our legislative branch or whatever, that is, that it can be, it is reactionary, it's politically reactionary. But my biggest problem is that there could be a judicial injustice that is occurring. I think that they should have the power to be able to actually stop it before it goes that far. Be like, nope, can't do that. Smack their pee-pee. If it has to do with a court, they should be able to have a say proactively to stop that shit, because that ruins lives and that interferes with shit. This is election interference.
Yeah, I agree. And again, there's no precedence for this. It's never happened before, so that's why that kind of a check and balance is not in place already. I understand, you're black pilled and black heart can't have any positivity and hope that maybe things can fully get turned around if Trump takes over the presidency and we run the judicial, executive and judiciary branch, all 3 branches at the same time. But I disagree. I think that there is a way, and one of the things that they will be able to do, I think, is like to fix exactly like you're talking about, is to fix this messed up system with our judiciary system in place, so that there can't be election rigging in the future. And real quick before you chime in, hi 12 Georgia, throwing a bro fist out there. I see you over there on Rumble. I appreciate it, man. Welcome, Vets Talking. Go ahead, dude.
So, okay, all right. So the thing is that when you have, so let me ask you this: what happens if they actually do make it to? And this is why I was saying earlier that they're not going to have trials before the primary, but they can have a trial after the primary before the general. And what does that do? If he's actually convicted on any one of those charges, or whatever, is enough for somebody and everything in the Senate and everything to actually go forth and actually take him off the ballot. So, and I forgot what amendment it is or whatever that they can enact to where it makes him ineligible to run. So then you got then you have a ballot going to the general election where the Democrat is actually the uncontested. So because and here's the thing, Trump is going to be the nominee. I mean,
something really crazy would have to happen for him to not get the nomination.
And I honestly think that the Democrats, their hope is that they don't want him to be ineligible before the primary. They want him to be ineligible after the primary, but not before the general, so that he can be removed from the ballot.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that amendment is though, because I've seen legal scholars saying that even with these indictments, if he was to be convicted, he still by law would be allowed to be elected and run the office from prison, and then even further than that, be able to what's the term to get himself out?
Pardon himself.
Pardon. He could give himself a pardon. Now, I know there's been a lot of debate on that. Everyone's is having to interpret the pardon system one way or another. But I've seen people saying that he absolutely has that right. But more than that, he still can. I'm not sure about the amendment you're referring to, but I've seen other people saying that there's nothing stopping him, that he can get elected and even run the country from prison.
The Congress can get them removed off the ballot. I'm pretty sure that they can get it done. I'm
not going to be able to argue one way or another. All I can say is what I've seen.
I forgot what it is, but I hate that I came unprepared by making such a statement. But I'm pretty confident that the Congress can they have an action in which they can employ to get him removed from the ballot. And with that being said, that means that he can. That means the Democrat, whoever it is, goes uncontested.
Well, I'm pretty confident that you're wrong. Don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay, but the thing
I don't know either.
The only thing that's going to happen is I tell you about, he's not going to be uncontested. There's going to be a third party candidate, and it's going to be some fucking libertarian or whatever. And I'm saying this as a libertarian, and I'm saying that I'm telling you right now that the motherfucker now he's going to probably walk away with probably like the highest third party, because what's going to happen is everybody's like, well, I can't vote for Trump now, so I guess I'll vote for the other guy, and then everybody else is going to fucking give up, and that guy's going to maybe get 20% of the vote, maybe people. That's just going to be the conservatives now that haven't gave up, and they're going to vote for that guy, but everybody knows it's going to be a losing fight on that end. And honestly, there's not going to be anybody in the GOP that's going to back the motherfucker. Like they're like, well, he's not GOP. He's a libertarian third party candidate. Why are we going to fight for him?
I saw some poll. I can't remember where. I think it was on Newsmax that said that a poll was taken and says that half of Republicans would not vote for Trump. They would lose their support for Trump if he gets convicted. I'm like, where the fuck would that come? Like, half of Republicans would drop their support if he gets convicted? Bullshit.
No, they wouldn't.
I don't buy that for a second.
I can tell you right now, my dad, he's a DeSantis guy, and I told him, I said, all right, let's say this. Let's say if he got, because I believe that's what's going to happen is that I was like, you're not going to get DeSantis. I was like, he's not going to win. I was like, so with that being said, would you vote for Trump? Yeah, I'm going to vote for Trump, because anything not voting for Trump is a vote for the other guy. All right. So you don't sit on your hands. Okay. The next thing is that I said, okay, so what if he gets convicted? I was like, would you then not have support for him? He says, no, I would have more support for him. And I think that's the general sentiment. It's like,
absolutely.
So let me get this right. So that poll that Newsmax has, and it makes no fucking sense, because of the whole fact is like, in the public eye, I say this, in the public eye, the general public, an indictment is no different than not a confession, but a conviction. And what I mean by that is that he is being persecuted in the eye of the public. So you mean to tell me that his poll numbers jump each time that he gets an indictment?
Yeah.
People dig their heels further into the sand. I know I do. I admit that I do, because I see. I'm not saying that I don't. It's not because I love Trump. I just hate seeing what our government is doing against an opposition. And I was like, that opposition is my proxy. So you're having a problem with my proxy. So by that, I want you to burn the motherfucker down. So I'm going to elect that guy. I'm going to be more headstrong and actually elect that person. And I think that's how most Republicans feel.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just the simple fact alone that every single time there's been an indictment dropped, his approval rating, Trump's approval, like goes up like 10% more. But then as soon as if he gets convicted, all of a sudden half the people are going to say, "Boop, nope." No sense. I don't know. I mean, that had to be like a fucking CNN poll or fucking some shit like that. I don't know where Newsmax get that crap from.
There's nothing. Okay. All right. So the thing is, okay, tell me why the accusation, which is what an indictment is overall on the grand scheme of things, is an accusation. A simple accusation of the crime makes it go up. Confirmation, aka the conviction, confirmation of the crime according to the state. Why would that be the one thing that makes them give up their support? That makes no sense.
None.
That the logic doesn't work for me.
No.
I mean, it's like okay, it's counter to that. Okay, it's not like it doesn't work the other way. Like if somebody's convicted of something, you're like, oh, the guy's a pedophile, and then you find out that he's acquitted and he was framed the entire thing. Then everybody kind of like the human nature to be somewhat disgusted at him but they know that he's innocent.
Mm-hmm.
It's human nature. But I mean, the thing is that the guy in my theoretical scenario was, acquitted. So that means that he's by all definition and everything not guilty of it, and that all the evidence out there basically, relieves him of any kind of reasonable doubt that he actually committed the crime. There's a difference from a not found guilty to an acquittal. Acquittal is basically showing that the motherfucker and everything didn't do it.
Yeah. I want to say, real quick, hi to Ryan Smith and also to Allie Bandy. Thank you guys very much. I'm so happy that you found Vets Talking through our video, which, yes, is over 60,000 views now and 2,000 new subscribers in just 5 days. So thank you guys so much. You're all so fucking amazing. Hangover Game for Life. I love you guys. I'm so happy you guys want to come check out these live streams every Thursday and every Saturday at 10 o'clock Eastern. I'm feeling like we might wrap this one up though. I've been going for 2.5 hours. I'm so Mad Cheesemo was so awesome.
1.5 hours if you didn't start so fucking early.
No, I was telling Matt. I don't think you were here for it. Like I was trying so hard to get all of these. Oh, hey, we got a new member popped in too. Where'd that happen? Oh yeah, okay. I think I can do this on StreamYard. Yes, awesome. Yeah, StreamYard didn't used to be able to do this. Allie Bandy just became a member of the Simple Jack.
You are Simple Jack.
Welcome and thank you for being a part of the Simple Jack membership. This used to be StreamYards didn't used to allow the member stuff to pop up here to be highlights. Now the member chats will also be able to be on here. I saw that on Geeks and Gamers. So about time StreamYards starts getting things figured out. Now if only they'll do the same thing with fucking Rumble.
Cup size, stating your cup size in chat and everything will also bump you up to the next level of in the tier in your membership.
Big ass titties.
Yep,
that might put you up to at least the Tropic Thunder level.
Yeah, so we'll be waiting for the answer on that one.
For everyone there, for everyone new here, yes, we do have our memberships. We have the lowest one being the Simple Jack, and then we have Tropic Thunder at the middle, and you went full retard at the top. Which, if you get two consecutive months of that, then you'll be getting a free T-shirt. Which, Raster, when we getting those designs there, buddy?
What, you just tell me exactly what you want.
We talked about it. We have at least that one idea down. You were complaining last week, and I'm bored. I gotta do something. You just start fucking doing sketches of stupid shit. Like I was gonna pay you money. I was gonna pay you money to do a design.
It's just gonna be T-shirts with my face on it. This is all it's gonna be. It's gonna be Vets Talking, my face on it, sign my fucking channel, and I guarantee the motherfuckers sell like hotcakes.
I think if we do one of like you berating Dermy or something like that might
milkshake brings all the girls to the yard.
Here's the thing about I think it's a Teespring. I think we're gonna use is that we can do any of these designs. We can do all kinds of crazy ass designs, and then they're not going to print them ahead of time. They'll print them as ordered. So if there's going to be like just one person that wants a fucking Dermy with titties fucking T-shirt, we can have that design ready to go. But
that motherfucker on anything. That motherfucker ain't gonna get no T-shirt. Fuck him.
Oh man, yeah. For you new guys, you gotta check out the Saturday show to get what I'm talking about with the Raster and Dermy connection that we have there.
Like a Dermy dish rag.
Dermy is one of our non-veteran friends. Our Saturday show has a few non-vets on, but they're all a great casting crew and made for.
You use that word "friend" liberally, don't you?
Okay, he's a tolerance, I guess.
I don't tolerate him either.
Here's the Vets Talking logo is adorbs, but really makes me assume the channel belongs to a 67-year-old military vet. What? Why?
This does not. This channel is not owned by Shellback.
Whoops.
Why am I full screen?
I took myself off. I meant to do stop cam. This guy. You saying this makes you think of a 67-year-old man?
I made that.
Yeah. What's wrong with Jody? What do you got against Jody? Anyone else in the chat here got a problem with our mascot? I like him.
It's just Sheila.
Don't talk shit about Jody.
She's probably drunk right now. I bet she has a rascal that she has to drive around in the house or whatever to get to her bed. It's like the soccer mom cocktail, a few Xanaxes and some red box wine.
It's cute, Adam, but anyone else would assume it's a 67-year-old man. Why? Give us a reason. Yeah, Shellback, I know you're 69. You're happy with your age. All right, everyone. Work is early. See y'all Saturday. Thank you, Groovy. Thank you very much, man. Looking forward to seeing you on Saturday, dude. It's gonna be a fun time. Sheila's coming back on Saturday because she wants to redeem herself. She actually said she wants to redeem herself after last Saturday.
Probably dressed like a nun and everything with a turtleneck on or some stupid shit like that.
I was gonna play "She's a Worthless Cunt" audio, but that's I don't want to do that. She's not a worthless cunt.
We love Sheila.
We love
Unlike Dermy, we do not love Dermy.
See, Sheila, see, do you see what Raster just said? And Raster is a dark, evil person, and he said even he loves you. So stop freaking beating yourself up.
Because I like hit the button.
Big ass titties.
Look, I know the metrics here. As soon as the girls come on, the super chats come in, and y'all get drunk.
Yes,
but I don't understand why I like that either because I don't drink.
I don't believe you.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
I don't drink on the stream. I do drink. I just don't drink on the stream. And if I did drink on the stream and everything, we wouldn't no longer have a channel.
Yeah, a Raster without filters is sounds like a scary fucking thing.
This is me filtered.
Yeah, I can't imagine. We had that one time with when Ryan, the first time he ever drank, and holy shit, he fucking went off.
Whoa. Okay, Sheila says I won't get blackout on Saturday. Twice in a year is good enough for me. I know that she's been blackout drunk already more than twice.
On our show? No.
I
think there's that last one last Saturday, and there's the one where I think she broke her headset or something like that. I don't think she hasn't been blackout other than that.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
Me and you, I guess we have different definitions of blackout.
Well, it's
no. She did not require escort to her bedroom, or she didn't shit the floor twice now.
I don't think she shit the floor.
MK probably has like a pet vac just for her. It's like, oh no, my girl freaking shit the floor again.
Apparently she made a mess, but I don't think she pulled a fucking.
There's no shitting oneself when drunk. How drunk do you get?
Yeah, Rasmus, this is come from personal experience. Clearly, this is your experience.
Actually, I have not released my bowels or any of my urine, and while actually, I have thrown up before. I have done many things while intoxicated, but I have not. I've done that. I have licked somebody's side of their face before, and I do not recall why I did that, but I licked somebody's face, and they were not too happy about this. Yeah, I like a full raw snozzberries taste like snozzberries on the side of their fucking face. I don't know why, and it was a girl, and it's no homo. I don't know why. It just did it, and it's probably like illegal in some state probably to do that. But
oh god, yeah. I mean that's the Me Too movement now. Yeah, you'd definitely be in jail.
Oh god, yeah. That was like way back in the day, probably. But yeah,
here's the good man himself, MK popping in. We were talking about you, buddy. Were your ears ringing?
He just wants to take credit now for that cleanup job he had to do. hey, MK, do you have a pet vac? Like, one of them things that gets up pet stains and stuff?
I used to have that one. Yeah, it was like you just put it down and like it had a circular thing and just clean up the whatever the spot was.
It had the special fluid you put into it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Alice, I haven't been blackout. Well, she just gave away age. Don't put your cup size in there. Sorry, no.
Welcome, Vets talking, everybody, and welcome to our friend JD here in the house, dropping a 7.62. Ain't got shit to say, but greatly appreciated, my friend. Thank you very much. As I take a swig of water to you.
Yeah, though the MK actually had an answer on that. You got an old reliable Craftsman wet vac. Need a shampooer. See, he even says he needs a shampooer. So that means that if it was just a pee job, that the wet vac would have handled it. But no. It needs a shampooer? Nah, Sheila, you're lying now.
Get your story straight.
You got the Amber Heard. You're Amber Heard his fucking living room.
I don't have any sound effects for that.
If I keep giving her shit, man, she's not gonna show up on that stream on Saturday.
I don't know, man. I still think, even though we have managed to step up our game ever since I was on the John Malin show with her, and she was giving me a hard time because I would always say at the end, don't get butthurt, you've been warned, and she gave me a hard time on the show saying, oh, he thinks that they're edgy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we stepped it up, but still though, the amount of shit she gets over there at those comic gigs, folks, is pretty brutal.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm like I said, man. I was like, I just try not to get the channel banned, and I tried. I mean, honestly, I try not to because it's not my channel. That might be the reason why I don't start my channel, because I knew that if I didn't actually have the if it's my channel, I won't give a fuck, and I probably wouldn't make it past the first episode. But we might do another poll one day for no fucking reason at all, just other than give me affirmation that people want to have me start a channel.
Okay, fair enough. Then we're gonna get you pre-recorded content on here and never have you run a stream.
Yeah, or just pre-record me and just make it think that you're actually talking to me live.
Just heavily censored with a lot of beeps.
Yeah, it's just, and the Dermy comes on, it's just a loud beep. My bicycle on the night of the end.
I still want to clip that beginning of that one stream when he came on after we played that video, and you just like, oh fuck you, Dermy, no fuck you. I'd take him off and just, oh okay, I'm good. Bring him back in. Fuck you, Dermy, you little piece of shit. But then take him off. Okay, I'm good.
It's just a reaction. I don't know where it came from. I think it's Christ working through me.
Is that what it is? That's the power of Christ compels you when you see Dermy.
Yeah, it's like he tells me that I should like get rid of the demons, and the demon comes back on here. the freaking, like, you know, the 7 sins. He is the demon that represents gluttony
and sloth.
Yeah, sloth. Yeah, no. I will give him that. He is not lazy. He is not lazy. He is a not lazy fat ass. The motherfucker. He works hard. That truck stop now and then. He has employee of the month on that motherfucker now and then, sucking dick through that the glory hole. And on top of that, I know he's at the gym. I know he's there. But you know what? It don't mean a damn thing if he already now they pisses off the shift manager at Golden Corral now before he goes. He's just slowing it down just a little bit. And every time he posts himself, I'm at 300 pounds. I'm like, fuck you now. You're weighing yourself into the pool. It doesn't count.
Yeah, tour vets. Yeah. I think that's what Rass's got. He's got Turvettes.
I don't have to. I know what I say. I mean what I say. It's
okay. If we were to have you on here drunk, then I think you'll have Turvettes. You'll be incapable of stopping. Like Cartman, Cartman on the Tourette's episode of South Park. He just couldn't. He'll admit to touching peepees with his cousin.
Yeah, just put it in her butt and freaking pee in it.
All right, everybody. This has been fun, but yeah, this is time to wrap it up. If you enjoyed this conversation, definitely be sure to come back. Skinamax Saturday at 10 o'clock Eastern, and you're going to get a whole shitload more of this crap. I would go to you, Raster, and ask where people can find you, but you ain't got a fucking channel or nothing like that because you you slack off. And even though we all just keep on asking.
Quality fucking time, sweetheart.
Yeah. I know. I do need to start my own channel and do my own thing and, surpass you and everything. But I don't want to. But yeah, everybody can find me at Real Raster on the Twitter. I'm always trolling and doing all kinds of weird shit on there. But recently we've had the ballad of Tafone. He is a black supremacist, and he's been my buddy, and we've been engaging back and forth and everything. Usually me provoking him, but it's just more or less just for me just having shits and giggles, and just dumb shit like that. And might see some artwork every once in a while because despite me being a complete asshole, and having a lot of political commentary here, this is actually not my day job. I switched careers and I'm now a illustrator. Believe it or not. So that's how I land into the geek world, as you will, and everything. And yes, that is actually me in this picture. I dress up for the occasion. So yeah,
evil eyes and all, perfect representation.
I am all about representation.
Yeah. Well, I love having you here, man. For real, as evil as you are, and as terrible a person as you are a a great addition to this channel. I don't. We wouldn't be the same without you and Dermy and all the fucking weird ass shit y'all fuckers come up with.
Fucking Dermy, he was sandbagging our asses, figuratively and literally.
MK, I see you quite, dude. MK, bring that up for Saturday. Yeah. I have no idea what you're talking about. Mecha Random. I don't even know what that is, but bring both of those up on Saturday. We'll talk about it. Thank you guys, everyone. Bushman Fadden accidentally followed you on Twitter, Raster. I'm sorry. Don't get wrapped up into his conversations when he's talking to the libs on there. You might get yourself banned. Thank you guys so much for being here. You can always check out, like you said, always here on Vets Talking every Thursday and Saturday, 10 o'clock Eastern. Also check me out on Etepukulian, the place to be reviews at 8 o'clock Eastern on Wednesday and Wednesday morning now on for dangerous military nerds on the I can't remember the name of the channel. Look up Dangerous Military Nerds. You'll find us. I am apparently a glutton for abuse doing all of these fucking streams, but the channel's grown like a motherfucker. Thanks to all you amazing Hangover Gang fans out there. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, we're over 60,000 views in 5 days on that one video and over 7,000 subscribers now. Thanks to you all. Thank you guys so much. Pop Culture Minefield. Thank you, Boosh. I need to have these things written down. I appreciate it. Bush McFadden's a big part of a big fan over there too. So I appreciate that. Check out Pop Culture Minefield and be sure to check out Vets Talking. Drop the G and you'll find me on the Twitters, on Rumble, all these fun places. We're going to do a few more streams where we're going to switch over exclusively to Rumble. So make sure to check out the channel over there. And occasionally we'll go over there and do some uncensored content on there. Make sure to double tap that like and subscribe here on YouTube, so you always get notified when we come on here. And always remember to share this video out there, share this channel out there with everybody, even the non-vets, because you don't got to be a veteran to enjoy this content. Just don't get butthurt. You've been warned.
Oh, God! Ah!